3 banger to start off our EU qualifier, T-Bates. We are now here in series number 2, Just Chase versus Magnolia, and it seems we've got a favored team here.
It does seem like we have a favorite team. Magnolia, I mean, it makes sense though, doesn't it? I mean, Rise, major champion, been in so many major grand finals. He's been to a world championship grand final. Definitely comes in with the most experience. Eugen, talked about for the longest amount of time. He hasn't really panned out, at least in this season so far. And of course, you got Toxic. He's been playing for a long time again. I mean, Jogando described them as journeymen because they play for so many teams. But in terms of just the level of experience and respect that they've garnered this ball chase team, they don't have that same level of cachet.
Absolutely not. They're going to have to fight against a huge uphill battle here as Rise is up for this one. Shark on the backboard has made it top 16. I believe is the only in EU RLCS, and I believe is the only player of the 3 to have done so. And as expected, they're doing a lot of defending early doors. We're going to see this a lot. We're going to see Magnolia diving all around them, jumping all about the place, having a lot of ball control, a lot of boost control. But upsets can happen, especially here, especially in these events. We saw it with K.Corp earlier on, where they went to a Game 7 against a relatively unknown team. Can they do the same here? Are they able to do so? Here is Shark on the ball. He's got Prosy inside, but Rise. I mean, you say he's such a storied career, but he's not been in the best of form over the last about a year and a half now. It's been a long time since he was in the best of Rise.
But see, that's just the narrative still, Cole. Because the form's been fine. It hasn't been what in terms of making grand finals every single time, but you got to think about it. It was on Twisted Minds last year. That Nobu had Atomic. They had comm issues. They couldn't all speak the same language, basically. And remember, they had their reverse sweep in Raleigh against Carmine Corp, the favorite of that tournament. I think they finished top 6 in that. And then, listen, on Gen G, it didn't pan out, but already he's over here in EU. And he's right back in his comfort zone. So I do expect big things out of Rise. I think people kind of started sleeping on him a little bit. And a player this great in the open era, he makes plays happen just like this. And you just gonna finish it. Oh, no, he won. It's a 3-person play. But it starts with the talisman. It starts with Finley. It starts with Rise.
It starts with Rise slamming the crossbar on the open net. And then Eugen and Tox and the two of them are like, fix it. Quick. We can fix this. Well, they did. And it all worked out. I'm almost disappointed that's got him because that was too perfect when you were raving about Rise. And he slams that one, cannons it into the crossbar, but it is 1-0.
It sure is. It would have been, he would have just made me look very, very smart if he put that in right there, but it doesn't matter. The result's still nonetheless the same. 1 goal in favor for Magnolia. And if you're looking at this no balls just chase team, I mean, you talked about it already, Cole. I mean, they won Game 7 with K.Corp.
Yeah.
The team that is the #1 seed coming in it is a team that beat GK handily. So,
yeah,
really for these young guns especially, I mean, as Eugen has one another top left, I think they have a lot to prove in this. If you go Game 7 with them, surely you can push Magnolia to the brink.
Yeah, I mean, there's more pressure on this one now. They're here on the main screen. They've got their cameras on. You know, there's a lot that's new here for them. So I'm not too surprised to see Magnolia pretty much, you know, smashing them over the first half of this game. I'm praying, I'm hoping against hope that they grow into this series when we start to see Prosy, Koku, and Shark are all about. Koku has the ball here, but Eugen beats him all ends up. We're going to see a little bit more pace here. Kirk did say on the desk that she expects to see Noble just chase, sort of give the time of day to Magnolia in Game 1 just to fill their way, and that's definitely what's happening, Bates.
Exactly. Toxic, great air roll. And Shark just says, well, I can't get back to them. I don't know why he stopped boosting. He should at least put a hand and give himself a chance. Maybe just maybe a pre-flip might get him through. You know, stop that ball from going, oh, don't tell me it's a 4th off the kickoff. It's not. Toxic does get the boost, though. And just Magnolia just seems so comfortable in this match so far, Cole. And they keep playing like this, it might get ugly.
Yeah, and that's what we don't want to see, really. We don't want to see 5, 6, 7 nils in every single game, but it's looking like we could be going that way as Shark makes another big save. Eugen's coming in. Magnolia, though, you know, for them, it's all about Magnolia. They're going to be wanting to make a statement. We'll be well aware that this team, as you say, just took K.Corp to Game 7, so if they can really put them to the sword, they'll be saying, look, we're the team to beat here. We're the ones who have major experience. We're the ones who've pretty much done it all between us in the game of Rocket League. Eugen, don't forget as well, was last season's wonder kid, burst into the scene with Gentlemates and
good shot right there.
Finals, but here comes the Shark. He was lingering. But he takes a nice bite there out of Magnolia.
That's right. He's in open waters, and you got to have your head on a swivel. Prosy, good bounce. It's a nice little pass. Kind of just get some momentum off of Rise's bump, and his Shark's just waiting, just lurking. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, Cole, you should know about this. I saw a team during the World Cup. They were up 3-0. They were comfortable. They played another team, and the other team started scoring a lot. So, I mean...
You're talking about the third place playoff.
Hold on now.
Here we go.
Here goes Coco. I don't know. It just gives me... It makes me think about a certain World Cup match with a certain two countries. I think you'll know about one of them.
Yes, I do. I mean, I'd also think about the 2-0 when we were up against Mexico, which turned into the toughest evening of my life when we won that one. So, okay, suddenly it is 2-3. Mbappe has woken up here over for no ball just chase. And let's see what we got. 1 minute and 20 seconds left. This also happened in game 7 of the last series too. Rosie bangs it forwards. Sharp, he has been lingering as we said. He's taken out there by Eugen. He can slow it all down, go end to end. Suddenly everyone just leans forward in their chairs. This one's seeming a little bit more alive. Are we going to see Just Chase continue what they've started here, mates?
Mike Rosy's got a lot of space. Decent first touch. Goku gets up, Toxic there. Rosy tries to get a 50. And Shark, I've been staying on his player camera. I like the way he positions. He really is staying in opportunistic positions. You know, so a chance might have one right here. Flicks it off the crossbar. But no balls just chase. They're starting to cook.
Yeah, they are. That was a lovely effort there. The catch. Delaying that dodge. I don't think that Magnolia realized that he had it. 40 seconds left. Here comes Koku. The Spaniard. Congratulations on winning the World Cup. Really happy for you. Very cool. Over to Proti. He booms it long. Toxic into the air. Here is Shark. Into the mid. Oh! Wasn't the pass, though. It's between both teammates.
It was a brilliant idea, though. Koku didn't see it coming. It was the perfect thing. If Shark had the net, it would have been an easy block. He opted for the pass. It was middle. Koku gets a bump off screen. But already, no ball just chased. They have about one more attack in them. If they can get this ball off of Toxic, can they? Koku challenges in. Rise throws it all the way up high. Here comes Shark with a clear. Eugen does eliminate Koku. That's going to take away the outlet, man. Rosie gets a demo on Eugen, but it's not going to be enough. Maybe just one more chance where no ball just chased. And we hit the 0-second mark. Out to Eugen. Eugen gets a nice little touch right there. Gets a reset, too. Can he get another one? No flip. Koku pops it up. Rise is there to be equal to it. Probably hits it right back to the ground, and he will. Magnolia steals the deal. They close it out, which the same way that third, fourth place match went in World Cup.
Yeah, true. They hold out in the end to Magnolia and Rise, showing off the drop shot skills there to kill that game. Just Chase, okay, fair enough. I mean, when Shark got their goal, it was their first shot of the game, and Magnolia had 15 shots. So it's safe to say that Herc was very right on the desk in saying that, you know, they might just sort of find their way into this one. They might chill for a little bit, yeah, let Magnolia get a few goals, and then suddenly go, do you know what? We can play Rocket League 2. We're pretty good ourselves. 2 goals in the end and a 3-2 loss as far as Just Chase is concerned, but Magnolia held out. But, I mean, I don't feel like Magnolia were ready for that Just Chase comeback. I wasn't ready, Bates, for that Just Chase comeback.
I wasn't ready for it either. It didn't look like it was possible, you know? It didn't look like it was actually going to happen, but they ended up they started generating some offense, and you got to give credit where credit's due. Now, saying that, though, I'm seeing 16 shots on the side of Magnolia. That's a lot of shots there, Cole. Nobody, it's going to be hard to beat that. 16 opportunities, and they're just going to keep on coming. And it just felt like Magnolia was more than comfortable just letting Just Chase have their opportunities. As long as they knew that they locked in a couple big clears, a little bit more time wasted on the back end of the game, they were going to come out victorious. It never really felt like they were worried. It never felt rushed. And that bodes well for Magnolia, but it also shows Just Chase. You need to do a little bit more to make this Magnolia team uncomfortable.
Well, let's hope they can start game number 2 better, because first half was an absolute write-off there for Just Chase. To survive the first few seconds, Magnolia are going to have to stamp their authority back on this one, because they certainly lost it to the end of that one. You said they had 16 shots, but I counted 15 halfway through. So the second half, they really have to do some defending. They were relatively confident after that second goal, but you don't want to be conceding a couple.
What a play!
That is more like it. Rise, you are a bully, young man.
It's just a play from him. Look at him on the off ball. It's all Eugen up top, and watch Rise. He's looking for Koku the whole entire way. If Eugen got too much of a pop on that flip reset, Rise would have jumped for it. But since it was just enough to get by the initial challenger, Rise just immediately opts for the bump on Koku. And that's the heads-up play you get from a veteran of his caliber. Great play from him.
Here comes Koku down the other end, though. Tries to stand that one forward. So it was a nice kickoff here from No Balls. They faked out Magnolia for a second there. So they're showing they've got some tricks up their sleeves as well. Koku gets one over to the corner. Sealing that one goes. Anyone helping him out? I think he's going to be a little bit slow. No, and then he does get a touch on it. Toxic is able to catch it and go to the side. And in comes Prosy. What are we going to see from this young player? Just 15, don't forget. Real chance for Prosy to make a statement here, Base, if more than any other player in this lobby.
I mean, just 15. His breath smelling like he's a newborn pup. Yeah, he's out here trying to make plays happen, and you got to respect that. We also know there's been a couple great 15-year-olds in RLCS history, you know, Cole. One of them's been a world champion and also a major champion. His name is Zen. He also has Scrub back in the day, a young cat as well. So 15 is a good age for these young players to come in and really make a name for themselves in the RLCS. And what a way to do it if Prosy can come in and do what he does.
Maybe that one to the side. Rise is Toxic in front of him. It seems to be most of these plays are slower and more considered at the moment for Magnolia. They're not rushing anything. They're not being tempted to play the game that Just Chase want them to play. And that is the chasing game as Toxic leaves that boost for Eugen. Toxic into the center, uses everything he's got in the tank to get that one forwards. Prosy gets the catch and just gives it back to Rise. Not the best, and can't get the dunk either. Shark there on the other side, a player that you were saying you like the look of Shark.
I do, I love it. His positioning is excellent. He's always just there to make a play for his team. Whether that's coming in, getting a quick 50, just getting a quick beat. Even right here, helping out in the challenge to get Koku a chance. And he's gonna come again. Once again, he might even be on target too. And he will be on target. That's just that. It's just a shark in the water. He knows how to make the plays happen.
Yeah, I mean, Shark, he wasn't forcing it, wasn't rushing anything. And then as soon as he got half a chance to send that one forward, he just had the instinct, I think, but Toxic had ventured too far forwards. And once again, Shark is the player that gets Just Chase right back in it. And this time, it's not when he's 3 goals down. That is for the equalizer. So a much better start for Just Chase.
Definitely much better, but a little bit of an opening from Prosy and Shark right here. His communication, Rise gets up. Hoku's gonna have the collective for a second, brings it back. You're up something on the money right now so far. Oh, that's Eugen. I see a pre-jump for him. He's looking for the net, but Shark's there to be equal to it. But no ball's Just Chase. Definitely looking better in game number 2, and it's very good that they equalized so early. And now the game is gonna be played more so at their pace. They don't have to rush. They can take opportunities and take their time.
Toxic there was trying to enter the pre-flip gang, couldn't quite get anything on a touch on it, and now Shark can come forwards. He's shown that he's been incredibly dangerous shooting-wise. Definitely can sense when an opportunity is in the water as Prosy gets a catch there. There's a bump there as well. Koku was coming in, thought he had a chance for a second. And
there it is!
Is it going all the way? I think it is! It might be making it! Can Prosy make it? No, he can't! And Rise, the old man of the lobby, has still got it!
I mean, it's just a heads-up play from him. Shark hits him with a little quick pop shot from across mat. Rise says, listen, I can do you one better. How about a Coxer pinch? I want it back to 2K16. That's just a great play from him.
Yeah, but it's cooler in the Batmobile, though.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, the Batmobile doesn't fit the meta. They can't get enough 50s for that car.
Shame.
Not enough 50s and not enough pop reset, so unfortunately, you'll never see it again. You might never see that Dominus again either, so. If you play them long guards, I'm sorry for you. You gotta play Octane Defender.
You know, very, very sad indeed there, teammates. We will see. One day the Dominus shall return, but today's not that day. Today we'll see Rise and his Fennec entertaining us all. As Koku goes round the corner. Just
Shark, though.
Chase.
Oh!
This game, and Shark again. You spotted him early, mates.
Oh, he's a good player. Once again, he's in position. Takes just a little bit of hesitation to get by Toxic. That slight break gave Toxic just a little bit of cause for pause. Shark immediately pounces, gets the reset. Rise tries to get up, but it's simply too little too late. Great play from Shark yet again. Tied up, too.
Shark, the sharp shooter. Gets the team right back in it again. Shark, here he is. Wants to avoid getting dunked by Rise and does so. Eugen's coming in. Had a bit of a quiet game. Gets the dunk there, though, but Koku, who's the top scorer on his team, despite Shark getting 2 goals, is there again, showing that Koku is definitely the player that has the most impact for the nitty-gritty of the game. He's not getting those highlight moments as Toxic comes in. Koku catches, moves it forward, just takes some pressure off his team. Eugen is there with the catch. Shark's coming in fearlessly. Wants to steal this boost or get a bump. Doesn't quite get Rise. Rise wriggles away. Now Toxic can send that one long. Koku, great positioning from him into the center towards Shark. That is so risky because Eugen can get the catch. Rise underneath. This is how their first goal came in. But this time Shark's able to defend from the front.
Toxic playing very far back, though. I think Rise, when he popped it up the wall, just off the corner, he thought Toxic would be in for the finish. Toxic tries to play a little bit more passively. Doesn't want to risk it too much. And listen, that might be the play. Rise gets the pop to Eugen. Eugen looking for the double touch. And so far, I'm seeing the Magnolia positioning. Eugen and Rise kind of push up. Toxic plays more of a third man, waiting for his opportunities to come. Where is boding well for him so far, but with 15 seconds left in game number 2. Both these teams tied up. Magnolia trying to make the last play.
Well, it was Toxic, don't forget, who's the player that got lobbed as third man earlier on, so maybe he's learned his lesson, but maybe he's over changing things. We'll see though. Prosy wants to get that touch to the corner, doesn't quite do it. Koku can't get the doink either, mate. Don't worry, I'll teach you how to doink. Pretty simple. I'll teach you the timing. But we do go to overtime here, and it's brilliant play from Just Chase.
Oh, I didn't realize you were the doink specialist. Maybe I didn't go to your classes.
I'll send you some clips. I will send you some clips, all right?
Okay, okay, well, check out the cold doinks. Right now, here we go. Game number 2, Ryan tries to get a beat, though. Toxic taking his time. Eugene should be on there, on the side. Well, he does opts not to go for it, though. Let's get a demo. I think just Shark expected Eugene to be there about 2 seconds earlier than he was. Just that expectation for Shark to push back and be late to that ball, and it ended up costing him a little bit on their attack, but so far in this overtime, both teams still trying to fill each other out.
Yeah, no team really making too many statements early on. That's a good dodge there from Shark, but then he's dunked by Toxic. Brosy's having to help him out. Brosy can wait beneath this one. Shows a good composure, the young man. Pushes it to the corner. Who's going to be there? It's Koku. Koku shoots, and the Spaniard gets it in, and Just Chase have their game.
He sure do have the game. It's a great flop by Prosy, and he immediately trips up Eugene. Nice. Forces him up to go up the back wall, which it takes away his ability to challenge. So then Toxic has to come in from the other side of the net, but he's simply too far away. Good play from them. All starts with a young 15-year-old in Prosy. Big flick, and then not only just the flick, it was the follow-up immediately after. Tripped up Eugene, forced him to the back wall. Made all the difference right there. This time around, the shots are much more even. 8 going for Magnolia, and 11 going for no balls, just Chase. So no 16 of 6 or whatever it was last game.
Yeah, huge turnaround. Not just in the goals, of course, but the general play, the general demeanor, the feel of that game. It didn't feel like Just Chase were going to be punished anytime Magnolia felt like it. It felt like an even game between two teams who both beginning to play towards their ceiling now. We're starting to see, or maybe not, I mean, we don't even know Just Chase's ceiling, but certainly they've stepped up from their floor, which I think is what we saw in that first game, the first half of it. And that is credit to them. Credit to them for holding their nerve, and to their coach as well for talking them through what must have been an absolute nightmare of a start in game 1 to turn it around like that in game number 2.
Yeah, it is. Very credit to them too. They pushed K-Dub Corp all the way to 7. That's an experienced team. And they had to beat them. K-Dub Corp had to beat this team in overtime. These young cats ain't no slouches. Some of them have experience. I see. Who's got the RLCS tag here? That Shark's got the RLCS tag.
Yeah, it's Shark that made it. I believe he's made 1 top 16 in 3v3s as Shark.
That's pretty impressive in today's day and age. It's not easy to make top 16, especially in Europe. As much as y'all talk about y'all DEBTH, that's that for y'all. Don't know how well I was spelling.
Cheers. I was wondering.
Were you really?
No, I knew what you were saying. I mean, if you say EU, I'm thinking of the word depth, so you could say any letters, and my brain is just anyway.
Well, there you go. There you go. Look, the propaganda, it works well for y'all. If I say this, you're just trying to get a goal right here. He's a little bit off. So far, Magnolia, they turned up the heat just a little bit on DFH. Trying to generate a little more pressure. I think they would much rather have a game where they, once again, outshoot the other team by about 10 shots. They don't want to be outshot by 3. They don't even want the shots to be close. But to do that, they're going to have to start taking more pop shots, start getting more demos, start taking more possession.
Yeah, and game number 1, we were talking about a statement win for Magnolia, but that is seeming a long way away now. I think they'll take it over the line any which way they can, especially when Shark keeps popping up and putting them to the sword.
And it's Toxic again.
Toxic. Ooh.
He's doing a 3-point turn for some reason. Just go back to that, buddy. You're beat because Shark is waiting for you to make a mistake. This guy's keeping it simple. He's keeping it clean. It's traditional rock from him, man. He no arrow, no nonsense. Just get up. Even trying to bump Koku out of the way. He said, get out of the way, lad. I got it. He's out here playing.
Against the Shark, that was a bit of a tugboat maneuver. I think you're going to need a better one than that if you are to beat this player. Koku won't get this boost, though. Nil boost for him. But the first early lead that we have seen for Just Chase. How do they play when they're ahead? How do Magnolia play when they're beginning to get a little bit frustrated? Can they keep their nerves, keep their play style, or they get tempted into this Just Chase game? Koku goes up, pre-jumps. Not gonna matter. It's gonna matter because Prosy, young fella, that was not very good.
Yeah, it's a spill right in front of his net. It's not what he wants. Koku gets beat in. Prosy, is he trying to go back corner to Shark? Shark is there. So he just doesn't need it. Doesn't need it. He had full control, would have been able to catch that. Bring that really deep into the corner, bring it back to the back wall. I know he's more than capable of handling that situation. Just had a panic moment. It's okay though, those happen, but it can't happen again.
Here is Shark trying to immediately get the lead back for Just Chase. And I think when you're youngster, makes a mistake like that, it's on your teammates, so immediately say, don't worry about it, move on. You know, it's easy for a young player to tilt after that. So hopefully, he's got Koku and Shark with their experience telling him not to worry. Shark leaves that one for Pros. Actually, it's a bit of a bump in the air. I thought they were faking it out. So a few mistakes starting to creep in now for Just Chase. As Yujin pushes it out to Rise. Maybe a key moment in this series for them. How do they deal with this wave?
Yeah, that's the question. So far, now the team has really had a highlight moment. It's just been good rock. Is that how you play over here in Europe? It's good rock?
Yeah, clean shots, clean shooting. Make sure you bump when you rotate out, all the basics.
Good, I like that. I was seeing too much highlight ball yesterday in North America. I was getting tilted.
Yeah. Everyone wants to go solo in North America. Lovely shot there for Prosy. Gets too much angle on it. And now, who have we got defending right now for Just Chase? Yujin wins the race just about against Prosy, who was returning back. And Shark gets back in there in time for that all-important clearing touch.
Ooh, it's another 4 touch on the clear, though. Rise almost comes in and gets a freebie.
You have that phrase in the US, hospital pass? You ever say that?
A hospital ball.
Yeah, you know that one? That was definitely a hospital pass there defensively. And the attack is still going on right now from Magnolia. Shark clears it away, a much better clearance. Toxic only able to put this one into the center. That's well read by Rise. So now up against Koku. Koku defends well and gets the next touch as well. That's really good play from Koku. 3 clean 50s in a row.
It is as well, and they're Chase is playing so calm, avoiding the Rise demos. The Rise every single time he comes anywhere near their corner, he's doing a sweep every single time. Looking for demos. Sometimes he gets one, but many times if they didn't have their head on a swivel, he'd be able to get multiple. As Prosy goes for an off-wall redirect. Almost puts it in, and now Magnolia kind of scrambling off of that play. Prosy gets by one. Yujin kind of awkward. Where's the follow? Nobody there. Koku's too far back.
Yeah, I think Koku underestimated how quick Prosy was. Prosy got 2 or 3 touches from an angle, and then the second one as well. I think that's the one Koku didn't back. Now Rise comes forward from the ceiling. This time's his dodge, easy to do. Toxic up against Shark. Can he break through him? And Koku can find more good 50-50s. The challenge game from Just Chase, that's the thing that's impressing me the most. You know, often you see these teams, these players come through and they're great mechanically, but as soon as it becomes the challenge game, they're always losing out. That is not happening right now with the team in blue.
Comfortable too. Look at him. About 20 seconds of pressure so far from Magnolia, and they're just not phased by it. Usually throws it right back down. Rise looks for the bat. He will score. Too much space on the outlet counterattack. And Rise, he's been doing this for years.
Yeah, playing in front of the ball. Always knows what to do, does Rise. Knows when to catch. Knows when to get the snapshot going, and the shot was of the uppest class. And has Rise taken away an almighty scare from his team. Now Yujin's through, but just forgets the ball behind him. So there is a chance here for Prosy to leave this one to Koku. Shark's in the air. Surely the pre-jump's there. Yes, it is. Shark to the ceiling. Wants to get the second touch against Yujin, but I think it was Toxic that got all the all-important touch. Then Rise helps him out as well, and it's cleared to the side. Dangerous times right now. Demo's flying in everywhere. Prosy gets a couple. Shark fakes it out! 2-2, and that's brilliant!
It's a great play from all 3. Did they even get a last bump? Prosy got a bump too. 2 demos from Prosy. And a bump on the last. Shark finished it out, but it's all Prosy. Taking out the whole Magnolia defense. Clearing the lines.
Magnolia just cannot shake them off. And we are seeing why K.Corp struggled. Shark goes forward, no boost. He still get a challenge, he doesn't. Koku has to reverse and does. Yujin takes out Koku. Toxic now has the 100. Can they finish this one here, Magnolia? There's still a chance to avoid overtime. Underneath Prosy. Rise shoots, but it's saved by Koku and Shark. Yujin into the corner. Rise up. Can he win this race? No, he can't. Huge clearance. Toxic all the way. What? How on earth has that made it in to the back of the Magnolia net?
Rise and Koku pinched off. Rise got greedy.
Oh, man. Was that going in already, or was it a pure own goal? I don't know if it was going to hit the floor.
Ah, it looked like it was going in to me.
Was it already going in?
I think it was going in already.
Crazy. I can't believe what I've just seen.
Rise got greedy. He didn't need to go for that. That's one of those moments you just got to let the ball go in overtime. He pinches it. He tried to get up. Then just be a pass, try to give his team another opportunity, but he didn't have the boost. He didn't have the positioning. And then so when he goes up, Koku goes for the clear and he smashes the ball into him. And it has too much pace going back the other way.
understandably, there's an immediate timeout called by Magnolia. I think if they were 3-0 up in the series and that made it 3-1, you call a timeout after that. Let alone when it puts you behind in the series. I need to see, you know, the RL moments, what is it, shortly before disaster? Twitter account, I need to see that screenshot of Rise going for the ball, and then next thing you know, it's in their net at 0 seconds. I'm actually we watch, we cast a lot of Rocket League, mate. It's rare that you see a goal that just completely flummoxes you, right? That one has thrown me for a loop, and I'm not playing in this series right now.
That's a tilter. That's a tilter, because it's so avoidable. It's completely avoidable. It's just something you don't need to do. You want to play the 0 second, and that's what happens at 0. People start getting a little too. Their eyes get a little bit too big. They get too excited and they start trying to make plays happen when you don't need to. Just go into the OT. Just go into the OT. Keep playing ball. But instead, he's got too greedy and ended up biting him. And if you're a just Chase fan, you say, "Oh wow, we'll take that one. We'll take that one for free." That is a game still and a half. If that comes back of this series, that might be the one that makes all the difference. If it goes 7, that might be it.
That was a happy coach right there. That was a coach with a smile on his face. Like, oh man. Just a crazy moment right there. And we're gonna head on to Utopia Coliseum in 35 seconds or so. And it is gonna be, for anyone just tuning in, Magnolia 1, Just Chase 2 after that. After Magnolia went 3 goals up in the first 2 minutes. I remember you saying this could get ugly, and it was getting ugly. And yet somehow, Just Chase have rallied. They've shown quality, but they've also shown, I'd say, opportunity. You know, they've nipped in at the last second and done it so well.
Yeah, he's been a youngster too.
Just Chase lead in this series, which is just wild to me.
He's a youngster. You talked about him, 15 years of age. 2 big plays, the OT play in game number 2 where he flicks by and then trips up Eugen, forces to the back wall. Big play here when they're down 2-1 on DFH. 2 demos and a bump. Took out the whole entire Magnolia back line by himself.
Oh, that was brilliant, yeah.
All by himself. Shark got the goal, but it was all Prosy. Those type of plays make all the difference when you're at this stage of any RLCS competition. Prosy's going to want to continue to make those if his team's going to end up winning.
Yeah, although Shark's team do need to say to him, why are you using a red car when you're on the blue team? But that's a fight I'll have another day, and I'll keep having that fight until the day I die as an RLCS caster. Not a fan of that. But anyway, here comes Rise using a red car on the orange team, which is totally fair. Sees up Toxic. Eugen's already up for this one. Used the ceiling well. Can he get the reset? Does he need the reset? No, he does. A little bit of quality from the Frenchman.
And I was going to say, he's been kind of quiet. We haven't said his name too much. This type of plays that Eugen hit the scene with last year. Off the ceiling, French right to the backboard. A quick 3 touches, and he's through. That's all you need to do if you're Eugen, and that's what you kind of want to see out of him. I do expect his Magnolia team to put him in more positions to be successful, allow him to utilize his mechanics, and set up more opportunities for Rise and Toxic.
I'll come with confidence as they go along as well, and theirs will surely be at ground zero right now. But a couple of goals, quick fight will certainly change that, and Eugen has started that process. Lovely pass back to him, big save there from Prosy, good read. Who's going to be following up? Is it going to be Rise? I don't think so. I think he'd retreated. Maybe didn't have the boost in order to follow that one up. So Just Chase having to step back up themselves because Magnolia have definitely gone through the gears in this 4th game.
Sure have. Eugen's getting way more ball touches at the moment. He might even get a bump on Koku right here. Can't get it through, but here comes Shark. Him and Prosy have been nothing short of sensational so far in this series. Shark just making quick plays happen. Prosy being opportunistic, just like you're talking about. Koku just filling in the gaps. Shark looking for a double touch, kind of push down even above the net just to make it a threat. Here goes Prosy. Rise is there to be equal to it. Koku comes in to collect. Just Chase kind of trying to start squeezing Magnolia into the corner. Rise says no. Gets a little bit of time, gets by Shark too.
Lovely pass there from Prosy to Shark, and Shark has a shot. He fakes it out to Prosy. Oh, the shot's not quite there. What a goal that could have been. More creativity from Just Chase. Koku slows it down yet again. Flip resets between them. Rise and Reddit. Rise, who's having a game right here defensively, gets the flick nearly over the top of Prosy. Eugene's coming in, has to win this race and does so. Into the corner, Toxic half a touch there. Toxic has been a little bit suspect as third man a couple of times so far this series. Is much better on that occasion, but it needs to get more pressure against his team.
Exactly. He's gonna have a couple mistakes. Every third man does. And this team in particular, it really does look like they're letting Ryzen and Eugen just go to work on offense, and Toxic has to make all the plays happen as third. And it's a huge burden on the player in these type of moments, but he's done well so far.
Here comes Rise, gets the flip reset, won't use it because Shark did that very well. Stayed the same height as the ball the entire time. There was no chance of the ball going underneath his car, which is the main thing you want. Yeah, first man in that position. Rise gets the dunk forward up against Koku. Maybe a bit faster ball, we could have thought about the psycho there, but instead it's passed to the corner. End-to-end stuff right now, so I think Just Chase are happy enough to slow this one down after conceding that goal and having a few chances for Magnolia. This isn't too bad. 1-0's about par for them right now. The question is, when did Just Chase step back up in their pace?
And now they're just waiting for the moment. It doesn't take much out of them, too. Yeah, remember, even in the overtime winner in game 2, it kind of came off the counterattack. There was a simple pop flick by Prosy, and all of a sudden, they were scoring. They don't need lengthy bouts of offense from this Just Chase team. They can do it in just little spurts. They played a lot of defense so far in this series, and I think they're comfortable in staying in that way.
Certainly getting their defensive reps in this one. Oh,
this guy, man. This guy.
He's over the top of the defender, though.
And no, it's the same two duo. Shark has been the better on Toxic this whole set. Toxic! There's 3 times so far where Shark just goes right by you, and he does it for free. It's just a simple coming in with speed, no arrow, no bump, no nothing. Simply too easy, and then Prosy, another flick, and all of a sudden, this is what I'm talking about. They don't need much time on offense, they just strike. And into the blink of an eye, they're up by 1.
Yeah, once again, Toxic left isolated. Cannot deal with the pressure against him. The pincer attack, the bump was coming in as well against Toxic, which I didn't realize that time. And Just Chase remained completely on the same wavelength. That's a good touch, though, from Eugen. As far as Prosy, but Prosy has 100 boost. Charged down well by Rise. Shark catches this one. And Just Chase, they are going to start getting jumpy. When you're winning series like this, the pressure changes. It feels nice to be winning, but suddenly you start to think, are we going to be able to do this? Are we going to get the upset? Especially with that Game 7 loss they had against the favourites in the tournament last time around. Lots of emotions will be going through their heads right now, but for Magnolia, they just have to keep playing Rocket League. They have to believe in themselves, use that experience, use that pace, and use their mechanics, because you said yourself, we haven't seen it enough.
We haven't seen enough, especially from Eugen, but also Toxic is, yeah, he has to give his teammates a little bit of comfortability to go for those type of plays, to come with confidence. Yeah, if he just continues to get beat by Shark on very simple, kind of routine, rotational plays, Eugen's not going to want to go for that, because he's going to be thinking in his mind, I have to get back, I have to help him out. Toxic takes one on net, Prosy, he's there to follow, Shark gets up quickly. Magnolia, 24 seconds left to try to tie up this game. Otherwise, they go down 3-1 in the series. Eugen, a little psycho-like attempt.
That is a scary one. No boost, slow ball, just over your goal. It's everything you don't want to do, and you can tell that it has left them in dire straits. Prosy comes in, another simple finish, and that will surely be Just Chase going within a game of making it through to the last chance semi-finals.
Eugen with the poor clear, goes right to Prosy. He says, don't mind if I do yet again. Easy goal for the youngster. Do it so far in game 4. Magnolia tried to pull up a fake kickoff right here. Eugen, it's a reset. Nobody's up just yet. Rise comes in, blocked out by Shark. 2 seconds left, and this game is all over. Just Chase, match point. 3 straight games for them. Even coming off of the Magnolia timeout, it just simply isn't enough.
Different sorts of games as well. Games that they've not had things all their own way. It's not like they've been, you know, blowing up and popping off and scoring crazy goals that they can't replicate. These are replicable games. Shark got 702 points there, and it wasn't flashy. It's rarely flashy. It's pace. It's lack of air roll. You know, it's Stumpy Goblin ball, but played to absolute perfection at the top level. So we continue to be impressed by this player.
I mean, I'm
You know, so often like players when they burst into the scene, it's because they're doing mechs and scoring cool goals, and that's great, right? But I do like when you see someone who knows when not even to dodge into the ball because the double jump is enough for the shot into the top corner, you know? And that's what Shark's showing me.
Exactly, and he's really done well picking his spots. A couple times he's got Toxic doing a three-point turn. A couple times he has Toxic coming in a little too late, or Toxic's hesitating. It's really been the battle. That's been the difference in this set. Shark versus Toxic. I know everybody's playing well. Prozen made his plays. We've already talked to and nauseam about that. But the big plays in the games, the momentum changes, the momentum shifts. Game number 2, Shark just beats out Toxic. Game number 4, Shark beats out Toxic. Game number 3, Shark beats out Toxic again. These are cross-map goals too. There's not like he's beating him out right in front of the net. He's beating him from 3/4 out.
It seems if Magnolia are to get back into this series, Eugen is their way through. He's been the one who's scoring the key goals. So now maybe from Parc de Paris, we will see the best from him. I've questioned Toxic a few times this series, and it is tough as that third man. You know, you are left isolated an awful lot. But Magnolia have to start reading this just chase pace because they've not been doing so at all this series after game 1, even halfway through game 1. You look back at that, and even that is sort of swung retrospectively. You know, the way you feel about that first game, suddenly they're holding on rather than comfortable. So Magnolia, they do have a chance here. They're definitely in this series, but we have to see them start performing base, and they haven't been for a few games now.
That's correct. No offense needs to come. They have to be better in the midfield as well. Maybe even change up the rotation. Maybe Toxic's playing third's not working. Maybe Rise needs to come back in, stop being as aggressive in front of their net. There it has it, just chase his net, looking for bumps. Maybe come back, give Toxic some more help. That might be that little bit of adjustment you need in order to put yourself in a position to succeed. And do more pops like this. Let Eugen get his reset. Let him get by one right here. Look for a bump on Goku. Rise should be able to come and collect. Toxic is way too far up though. It's a free clear. Shark does another touch as well. It's not threatening.
Rise goes forward this time. We'll get the reset here. That's a lovely play from Rise. Prosy, it's an interesting touch back towards Shark. I don't think Shark was expecting it. I don't think, to be honest, that Prosy wanted to do precisely that. It does just about work out yet again for Just Chase. When you have your tails up, when you're winning, these things seem to work out for you. Here comes Prosy, great dunk. Shark and he get in each other's way. Again, it works out for them. Over the top of one more. Shark then gets the bump.
Oh,
if they score from this, that is outrageous. How has that worked?
They're just through, and Rise is way out the play. It's just all 3 of them. Eugen's left back, Rise is too far up. He has so much faith in his teammates, but he didn't realize that all 3 from Just Chase. They say, you can go take our corner boost. We're pushing. It's 3v2 on the other end of the field. And now, Just Chase. They open up the scoring in game number 5, just like they did in game 4. And the onus is right back on Magnolia. What can they do? Oh, they can score, of course. That's what they can do.
I mean, that's a goal we've seen a few times right now from Magnolia. Rise in front of the ball is when he does his best work, clearing that path and knowing what to do with it. It was a good pass there from Toxic. Prosy was tempted in. Rise said, see you later. Magnolia have an early equalizer and an important equalizer for their mentality.
They needed it. They needed it quickly. But like all the momentum was starting to hit Just Chase. Eugen and Rise, that's been the duo. Eugen and Rise trying to make something happen again. Toxic comes in. Did he just whiff? I wasn't on his cam.
Yeah, he did. He really did. It's been a tough series, but you're still in it. Toxic's going to have to pick himself up right now because you can tell the pressure is starting to get to him. A few mistakes turn into more mistakes. The snowball effect works both ways. Right now, it's Just Chase that have the snowball in their favor. It is the weight that's tied around Toxic right now. It's a good play from him. Gets the reset. Leaves it for Rise just about. Nice pumps it forward. Prosy was already reading it. Eugen backflips, so it's a little bit awkward from both teams. We'll basically have a reset here in the center. Both teams will go again.
If Eugen just get right by one. Great little team clear from Eugen and Toxic right there. Rise pushed up very far again, trying to get 50s, trying to make the nuisance. Here comes Toxic as well in the corner. With Eugen and Rise sitting more further back, and maybe that's the way to succeed. Eugen just comes in, top right corner.
Yeah, good play there from Toxic, good bumps. And then stopping Goku getting back into it as well. Eugen was aware and alert. Got that finish into that top corner. Magnolia do have their lead. I can't even think the last time they had a lead in this series. It has been a long time since they were scoring regular goals. It'll be a tonic for them. I think they scored the first one actually after their timeout, and then after that, Just Chase were doing all sorts against them. So can Magnolia hold on? Can they keep going and build upon what they've started here? Shark's trying to stop that happening, but we'll get this next touch. Eugen's already up for it. With 2 minutes left, mates, Magnolia have a nervy lead, a toppleable lead.
They do. They have a good lead, though. The game has slowed down a little bit for them. I think that's more, that bodes more well for them. It gives Toxic more chance, ability to read the play, take his time, look for a double touch. He will score it, too. And now the game, once again, moving at Magnolia's pace. Prosy, a poor touch right there.
Oh,
got a couple of those, but then Toxic just does so well with it. Brings it all the way back down to Hammer.
That'll feel good as well, because that is a stunning goal. But you've been having a tough series. Scoring one like that reminds you internally what you're capable of. And 3-1 daylight right now between Magnolia and Just Chase. It's definitely the first time we've seen that since game number 1, where Magnolia raced prompt to a 3-0 lead, and it was seeming like it was going to be a series that, you know, we were going to struggle to find things to talk about in base when a team's winning 4-0, 5 on every game. They're the toughest ones to do, right? But it never turned out that way. Gives the most likely to rise. Will get in there as well. Could that be 4-1? Eugen should be able to redirect this one, or just leave it. And Just Chase, they're going to have to step right up if they're to even have a hint of winning this game.
Oh, Lord, I've already seen the script. I've already seen the script. No, Johnny always says, Johnny always says, ones are so scripted. No, threes are scripted. You can see it coming from a mile away. This is going game 7. It's just obvious. It's apparent to me. It's apparent to me. Gibbs wrote it over here. Y'all have noticed nobody's seen Gibbs the whole entire LCQ. Everybody, have y'all peeped that? No Gibbs on the Sam, no Gibbs on the Mina.
Yeah,
no. Wait, was Gibbs on the Mina? I don't think he was. I don't think Gibbs was on the Mina. Wasn't on NA, wasn't on the EU. That's because he's been out here writing the script. He wants nothing but game 7s. You know, Europe has been Europe Sunday for a reason, because it's gonna be the most about game 7s.
I think Gibbs was on the first one because he did.
Was he? He was on Mina?
Yeah, because he did the final series, the R8 series of Shogi. So he did do that one. He stepped in.
Well, there you
After that, he then retreated to his basement and has been writing these scripts furiously since then. I really thought part of the script was that ball going in the back of the net, but that didn't happen. But anyway, this game is going to belong to Magnolia. Still not playing their best. It's still been pretty dodgy, Bates. But all you can do is win games, and one game certainly leads to another.
Yeah. I think I like this more out of him. It does feel like Toxic was more involved in the offense this time around. Maybe User's playing a little further back. Ryzen in general is still playing super aggressive. It's going to work out for him in this game. But there's still some cause for pause, some concern. But when Toxic is left one-on-one with Shark especially, he has been losing that matchup almost every single time. And as we get further to the series, I mean, those are just going to be true backbreakers. It's really going to be heartbreaking. Shark just comes across the map and it simply does a, what do you call that, a Stumpy Goblin pull? Where he just drives at it, hits it with speed.
Yeah, no. So Stumpy's got this way of playing, right? Where he hasn't put on directional air roll yet. So he drives to the ball, and then once he's already pretty much there, he will then hold L1 and turn his car backwards, and that's his usage of air roll. It's quite impressive. I'm almost charmed by it. I've not seen anything like it since about 2015. And Shark gives me that energy. And weirdly, I mean that as a compliment.
Interesting. Timeout, Just Chase. They say they don't want to hold this thing. They want to be done on Neo Tokyo. They must not know about the script. They want to stifle our momentum. They say they're going to write something new. It's a wrinkle in the multiverse. They said to try to get out of here in Neo Tokyo. I'll ask a question. What rank is Stumpy?
Stumpy, in twos, he and I normally hover around 1500 if we're playing seriously.
Oh, there you go. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, no. Better than he should be. Better than he has any right to be.
Oh, well. I wasn't going to take it that far.
A man with the thumbs of a 50-year-old is still able to use them to occasionally score open goals in a FedEx.
Okay, listen. There you go. That's good. That's good. We do love to see that. This Chase looking at the timeout, though, coming out of a game where they lost 5-1. Fusion scoring 2. Toxic getting his 1. Rise has 2 as well. Football's Just Chase, just trying to figure things out. Coach is doing a lot of yapping, a lot of talking.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is mainly a momentum check, right, for Just Chase. What we don't want to see is them completely change their playstyle. That game got away from them. It happens. They took the lead. It felt like it was all going their way. And then suddenly you concede one. Toxic comes back to life, scores a banger, and the game gets away from you. Just Chase, though, they have to, in my opinion, stick with everything they were doing. You know, that 60 seconds is just a cooldown period. It's just a chance to stop Magnolia really running away with it themselves, as opposed to tweaking anything. Maybe you can see something I can't base, but to me, the playstyle from Just Chase is working. Yeah,
it's perfectly fine. They do hit you in the mouth just really quick. There's a quick 1-2 counter hit, and they seem comfortable in doing that. saying that though, some of them do come because Toxic has been not as good as he should be in his third man positioning at times. So do you kind of bank on that? Or are you hoping that Toxic's gonna be out of position? So far, he has been out of position more games in the series than he has not. So odds are that he is gonna be out of position again, and that's what you're waiting for. And once that happens, the floodgates open up. Magnolia really starts trying to overcompensate, and that's when just Chase starts getting their 1v1s with pros. He starts getting his flicks. Shark gets some more easy goals. Koku starts hitting some flip resets, and they start looking really successful. So it'll be interesting to see how they approach this Neo Tokyo.
Well, just Chase are on the cusp, one game away from making it to the semi-finals of the EU Last Chance qualifiers. But the hardest game to win is the final one in the series, and Magnolia have all the experience of Neo Tokyo. They have all the experience of being on the big broadcast, and they have that last game victory, 5-1. And now apparently they've got Eugen nearly scoring bangers.
Oh, Ryzen and Toxic are already playing way too fast. In the corner, double commit when they didn't need it. Especially up a Eugen getting that double reset, just like you talked about, Cole. That opened up a lot of space for him, and Magnolia just simply threw it away quickly when Ryze overcommitted.
Eugen catches this one, tries to get another flick going on, but Prosy forces it upwards. Ryze slam shot, and then Eugen trying to clear the path for him. Prosy was in there quickly to do something with it. So a couple of scary moments so far from each team. Magnolia, be careful they're not over-chasing here. It is going to be tempting to win this one as soon as you possibly can. Koku does get that flip reset. Shark underneath this one has to track Eugen all the way. It's Prosy that goes for it, actually. Prosy dunks it downwards, and then there was Shark. Here he comes. Recently qualified for the Esports Nations Cup with Ireland, but if he can make it to the World Championships, that would be even larger achievement by an order of magnitude.
Let's get a trade done right there. Prosy looks middle. Toxic is there to cut it off. That's the type of plays you went from Toxic. Saw that come from my way. Looked for a demo on Koku on the way out, too. Shark just tried to give his team a little bit more time. Prosy should be there to meet this. Toxic still playing more of a nuisance. So far, honestly, he's playing much more aggressively on Neo Tokyo than he has the whole entire series. Ryze being a little further back than he normally plays. That might pay dividends, because now you got Ryze come all the way across the field, and it will pay dividends. I kind of like this formation from Magnolia. Let Toxic kind of be up front more, and let Ryze come in be your third man, because plays like this happen.
Yeah, it's making sense. Ryze he wasn't scoring there, but he was able to do enough to make that ball go loose. And when that happens, you need your teammates to be sniffing about, waiting for it to roll back to them. That's exactly what Eugen was doing, did it brilliantly. And the script is happening, Bates. It's getting closer and closer to happening. Another Game 7, 2 Game 7s in a row to start our final online broadcast of the year. Can't ask for too much more than that. Ryze goes high. Koku reads it easily. Is there going to be anyone there? It's Prosy, but it's not the best touch. Eugen almost dunks it. Good chance right now, though. Or just Chase. Shark coming forward.
Oh, the difference.
Ryze is getting he's getting so much more involved from the back.
I know exactly. The difference was just so apparent right there earlier in the series. Toxic is just flat-footed. Just gets beat immediately. Ryze says, nah, I'm just going to fake chow. Shark expected a challenge, throws the ball away. Ryze easily collects it, brings it to the corner. That's the type of play that just makes... It's a small one if you're not really paying attention, but it's a big one in terms of the series. It takes away the Shark immediate pop, and it gives Shark something to think about now. He's not going to be thinking, I can just go in and shoot the ball immediately at net. Now I got to actually make a play happen.
Again there, Shark, the early shot. Eugen was up for it. Ryze waits it out. He's been doing that his whole career, knowing when to slow the game down. Up against Koku. Brilliant challenge again. It's not quite going on target. And by any means, Shark was back anyway. Got a big clear. Toxic is there. Well and truly back is Toxic, playing his better version of himself now. Shark goes high. Just Chase have avoided overcommitting after going behind and avoided chasing.
Oh!
Genuinely not intended, but however, what on earth happened there?
I think Ryze got bumped. Ryze got tripped up, he did.
And Toxic.
And Toxic got bumped too, and then that's just empty. Prosy. Another big bump from the youngster. And I think also Shark got involved in that too. But a bump as well to open up the net for Koku. Hell, they'll take it. Tying up the game, looking for a kickoff goal. None for him this time around. But now, Neo Tokyo, Cole, you know how it gets. It starts getting gritty when the game's tied up at this point. Teams start getting a little nervous.
We've seen a few big whiffs in Neo Tokyo history as well.
We don't need to talk about the whiffs. We don't need to talk about the whiffs.
I had none in mind. I can't think of two particular North American ones in mind at all, okay?
Nobody needs to know about the whiffs. And I'll tell you this, Toxic coming in, trying to shoot the ball, and he does it. Let's focus on this game, Cole. We're not focusing on another region. You're in Europe for a reason right now.
It's Prosy.
No, it's a demo.
Oh!
It's empty.
Man, I thought the floor pinch was on, but it didn't matter in the end because Shark, again, only had eyes for Ryze. Prosy prods it into the corner. And Magnolia, not only have they lost their lead, right now they are going out. The major champion is going out.
Eugen has to be better there. He jumped up playing the ball high, and he's just play ball. Might be a shot right here to redeem himself. He will be! No from just Chase is in the area code. It's just too easy for Eugen. He says, don't mind if I do. I made a mistake on one end. I make up for it on the other end. 2-2 apiece.
And there was
right back in it.
play. There was some great play from Toxic as well, chasing down the defender. I think it was Shark. Made it so much more difficult for Shark. This game has definitely come alive. No nerves here. This is a blowout. Rise up against Koku, beats him. Eugen's coming in, might be 3-2. Nearly there. Prosy swips it to the side. Shark, huge win. Koku in front of the ball, but no boost at all. And just Chase are playing fearlessly. They do not care. They have nothing in the tank. They're still going forwards, but it can backfire, especially when Rice is coming forwards. Gets a few touches. Rise the challenge and almost gets it in.
Prosy just barely got a glimpse of his car. Otherwise, that was a Rise double touch, and every single day of the week, twice on Sundays. Rise trying to beat out Pros right here, gets Vito. And now, less than a minute left in Neo Tokyo. Remember, just in case y'all don't understand what that scoreboard means. Prosy and the boys just Chase. They are on match point. If they win this one, Magnolia is eliminated from the LCQ. Magnolia trying to push Champions Field.
Koku's in here, but Toxic's going to beat him to it. Eugen catches, sends it on its way. Toxic waits, but Shark's going to be the only player to get this ball towards Rise. Rise trying to cause some damage up top now. He's been more defensive this game, but it's going to be Eugen in the end that it falls to. Good defending once again from Just Chase. Toxic with the catch, wants to turn it into a reset. Instead, prods it forward, gets the reset eventually, and tries to slam it backwards. Rise wasn't expecting it, and Eugen had to be alert there with 15 left.
Just Prosy with boost at the moment. Koku's pushing up, and it does enough with it too. Just forcing the ball back into the corner. That should give his team some time. Here comes Shark. He's the only one boosting his team, so no real threat at the moment. Prosy stays with it, though, just to put one on net. He really just wants overtime, and he'll get overtime. Game 6 right here, Cole. Magnolia, do they have it in them?
Rise, Toxic, and Eugen, huge names in the Rocket League world. They are staring down the barrel. They have to get this next goal to stay alive. Shark slows it down alongside Prosy, just 15 years old, don't forget. Koku's coming in. He wants to angle this one around the corner, gets a touch that I don't think Shark wanted, and that attack will go to nothing.
Here we go, Rise with space with boost, gets by one. Can he get by two? No, he can't. Prosy, another save for the youngster. Toxic, poor touch. Koku's coming in quickly. Toxic, no, it's a goal for Shark. It's just Chase. They come out victorious on Neo Tokyo.
And that will be that for Magnolia. That is the end of their season, but Just Chase show us what they are capable of and then some. Koku, Prosy, and Shark. Between them, one RLCS Top 16. And yet here they are in the semi-finals of the winner-takes-all tournament to make the World Championships in the year 2026, T-Base. This is what the Last Chance Qualifier is all about. And these three players have fought for each other this entire series.
They sure have. And they've relied on each other. They know the plays are going to happen. We talked about it before the match. Toxic, he's made a couple mistakes in the series. And the odds are that he's going to make another mistake. And in the biggest moment, the game-winning play, Toxic throws the ball off his own corner. We're going to see it in the highlights. It's something you just don't want to see either. It's inexcusable. He just gives the ball away to Koku. Fills it. Eugen can't get back in time.
The Rocket League goes on. Come back. We're still in shock here. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, the plumber's fixing that burst pipe. We should be all set.
Good thing you're protected 24/7 with your home and auto bundle from Progressive.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure out the right caption to post about this.
Maybe something like, I have protection, just need a lifeguard.
What about that emoji with a shocked face?
Or maybe flooded with emotion.
That's too much. Try, Tuesdays are cray.
You know, technically, you don't have to post everything that happens online.
Totally believe you. Life is meaningless without affirmation, am I right?
the magic of Rocket League is the stories you could tell about it. The 0-second buzzer beaters, the epic saves, the underdog victories. It's all there. As we return to this legendary arena, we'll witness Rocket League's story unfold together. Who will hang their team's banners in the rafters of Champions Field? It's time to find out.
fireworks continue to go off for the European Last Chance qualifier. We started off with a Game 7 banger, and then we get an upset. Magnolia, favorites on the desk in the pre-show, knocked out in round number 1. No Balls Just Chase is through to the semifinals. They've got the top 4. They'll be taking on Mata Itapa after this. I'm joined by Shark. Sir, congratulations on the win. I gotta ask you, we on the pre-show, I just said it, like I asked the analysts to pick a tournament winner, and most of them picked Magnolia, including me. You just knocked them out. Were we overestimating them, or were we just underestimating you?
I don't know, to be honest, because I think we're a very underestimated team in this tournament, because we've been doing a lot of scrims and we've been grinding together now for about a month now, and like during the 2-week break we've definitely improved a lot, so you could have probably been underestimating us, because I think we displayed a good level there.
You absolutely did. You made it. You made a clean work of that team, and you're now through to the top 4. But you gotta make it all the way to top 1. This is a big day, a big tournament. You've got another match coming up here soon with AJ Dorito and Atomic. What are you doing for the next hour? How are you feeling this time to prepare for that match?
Oh, I'm going to take a break, I'll be honest. I'm absolutely wrecked after playing that. So I'll probably just go downstairs, take a break and chill. And then like 15 minutes before the game, I'll come upstairs and get ready.
Gotcha. Okay, locking in with the relaxation makes a lot of sense. I won't take any more of your time then, sir. Congratulations on the win. Good luck in the semifinals.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Shark, what a victory there. And absolutely, Herc, I feel like absolutely the better team on the pitch today was No Balls Just Chase.
Yeah, no, you gotta throw some respect on their name after that. If anybody out there's calling that fluke, it definitely wasn't. This was a very well planned out approach to Magnolia, right? You're going up against people that have insane levels of experience that you haven't even fathomed quite yet, and the fact that they were able to stay that calm and collected, not too many mistakes. The few ones we saw were like that one we just did, like the double commit and them getting scored on there, but they were able to clean it up, kept their cool, and I mean, that's the mentality you're gonna need headed into that next series.
Yeah, you're gonna need that mentality, but my assumption is that AJG, Dorito, and Atomic will not be pulling off the defensive mistakes that Toxic was doing in this series. I don't know if the highlight package is going to show the game 6 winner, but it was just one of many where the decision making from Toxic is in his defensive half. It's just like, what is this? Like, we gotta catch the ball right there if we want to be successful at this level. That's not what he wants. It's a very poor touch. And it really just caps off kind of how the theme of the series. Toxic last back, he makes a mistake, and No Balls Just Chase capitalizes on top of them also making a couple big plays throughout the whole entire series. So, GG.
GG indeed for Magnolia. For the players of Magnolia, 2026 will be a learning opportunity, and hopefully they'll be able to take those learnings into 2027 for the future of RLCS. But their season does end here. No Balls Just Chases through to the semifinals. They will have some time to go downstairs and relax, take care of their nerves and emotions after what was an intense series for them. They've got a big opponent coming up here in just a little bit. But before that, it's time to drop back to the lower side of the bracket. Vier has had their time to relax, prepare, and now they will be taking on who have been truly the favorites, the most talked about team coming into the LCQ, KDOP Corp. Joyo, Raziers, and Rado taking on Crispy, Growly, and Tox here, Herc.
Oh man, two teams, right? Everybody's been talking about KDOP Corp for so long, and I feel like if you didn't watch the beginning of the EU broadcast, Vier might be the one to give them a run for the money. This team in KDOP Corp is... This is the fan favorite, right? We're hoping to see Radosin just pop up to LAN after not playing all season and just kind of taking a little bit of a break there. But he looks into it. This might be, you know, the new, okay, maybe not prime Radosin, but like a new version that in theory would cause the most upsets around the world.
He's the king of the LCQ, at least in the European region. He knows he's comfortable with this. You saw him last year with NIP, and they were balling out. And he's got two good players alongside him, Raziers and Joyo. Joyo, obviously major champion. And Raziers has been playing well the whole entire season. On the other side, though, I mean, this team in particular, Vier, is that how y'all pronunciate it? Talking about my boy Crispy.
That's how Tox said to say it.
That's how he said it.
Okay, Vier is a good team. They just went pushed all the way to Game 7, but they can make plays happen. and they were talking about which one did you interview earlier? Wave, was that?
It was Tox.
It was Tox. And Tox was saying in the scrims, they understand that KR Corp is the #1 seed here. They understand that they're the favorites. But the scrims have been going pretty decently. We've been playing them well. It's different on game day. But basically, the way I read that is he's saying if we perform how we do in scrims, we have a chance. It's going to be competitive. And that's all you want to see. That's the type of confidence and the level of respect that KW Corp commands. But that's also the confidence that this team should come in here and play with.
I hope I get to interview him again. If you were to win, I don't know if Tox will be the player. We'll get to interview, but I wish I'd asked him. I forgot to ask him. I want to know what's written on his monitor here. He's got some mantra as his background there. You can see just like the left-hand words of it. I would love to know what that mantra is there. But on the other side, a team that is boot camping, which is, I mean, boot camping. We've seen a few teams boot camp over the course of these LCQs. I think none of them have been the favorites to win. But in this moment, that is the case here, Herc, and KW Corp locked in this facility, trying to make it to Worlds.
Yeah, I just see everybody pointing it out. We're right there with you. I think Joyo pulling up in the GK jersey, that's a statement in itself. This whole team is... Everybody's here for a different reason, whether, you know, it's like chip on your shoulder, there's some story behind everything, and that's usually the setup for a fan favorite to make it all the way through. Like you said, they're everybody's, you know, biggest opponent in these situations here, but Vier definitely, I think, has a better chance than most in comparison to everybody they've probably faced off against throughout this entire LCQ.
Getting ready to go. Tell us who you think is going to win in the chat. Hashtag VLR for Vier. Hashtag KDC. KW Corp. And you know, we were just talking in the last match about Magnolia. They've got a world champion grand finalist in Rise going up against some new guns here, and no balls just chased. Surely that veteran experience was going to translate. Now let's raise the stakes here, Bates. There's a world champion on the other side, taking on a team that does not have a world champ, has players that have not been to the world championship, and yet, could we see a similar upset here?
We could definitely see a similar upset. I mean, without question. I mean, both these two teams are playing in this tournament for a reason. They're not necessarily playing at the old world champ level form, whether that be they don't have the same amount of teammates, the same level of teammates, or they aren't individually playing at the same level, or a both and situation. Regardless of the fact of whatever it is, everybody's out here playing today because everybody hasn't had the best season possible, which leads me to believe that everybody is generally on the same level playing field, and all it takes is one great series. You have to win 4 matches, and anybody can do that at this level. These are all 2,400 level players of ranked of that caliber. And all it takes is a couple bounces. You saw the last series, man. Like, no balls just chased. They had moments. The Toxic, there's a little bit of a couple mistakes. Even Rise, major champion, major finals, world championship final. He made a mental mistake in game number 3 where he jumped up, got greedy. The ball went all the way across the map. That's a big swing. Little moments like that can happen for even the best, so there's always a chance.
For sure. And also, I think it's worth talking about KW Corp's run through the tournament so far. While they are the favorites, it has not been clean. Round 1 of Group A, they went to Game 5 against the Bricks. Round 2, they did win that one in Game 5, but then they went to Game 4 against GK, who did not have a good series or good tournament. 3 of those games went to overtime in that series, so still having to kind of put in the work to beat GK. And then in the upper finals, they went to Game 7 against No Ball Just Chase. That one going to 1 minute and 50 seconds of overtime as well. So it has not been a clean walk through the park for KW Corp so far. That was a couple weeks ago. Things could have changed here, Herc, but we'll see if they are locked in today. Again, these are wins and in, losing out the whole time. You've got to stay clean here. The last chance qualifier on Sunday. Let us know who you think is going to win. Herc, who's your pick?
Oh, man, I want to call the upset so badly. I really do. But the fact that it went that far against Triple Tap pushes me closer to KW Corp. I got KW Corp closing it out.
Okay, Triple Pop versus Vier did go to Game 7, Bates. Does that swing your vote?
No, I mean, it's just KW Corp. I don't need to add the extra words. At least I want to pick the upset. No, I don't want to pick the upset. KW Corp's going to end up beating this Vier team probably in about 6 games.
It's interesting. This is the second time that Triple Pop and Vier have played, by the way. They played round 1 of Group B. Triple Pop got the win there. Vier had to come through the lower bracket. And they had to go through Nova Esports in 5 games, and then eventually did get the sweep to qualify for this point. But I don't know, Vier, I feel like this one, we've had really close games so far. I think this one's going to be a little bit more one-sided. I think it's going to be a 4-1. KDOP Corp going to be taking the victory. Though we did just all sweep in favor of Magnolia, and it went the other way, so anything can happen here. They were not this big of a fan favorite, though, either. Rado brings the fans out of the woodworks here. People want to see that man back at the World Championship, and I would love to see it as well. Let's get into it, folks. One of these teams going to play in the LCQ Grand Finals. 2 spots available. Let's fill one in. KDOP Corp trying to live up to the hype. Vier trying to spoil it right here, folks. Vier versus KDOP Corp to continue the last chance qualifier.
Well, the backing crew might be different, but the task is still the same. Get to Worlds at the last possible moment. Only 1 year ago, Cole, well, the backing crew was Oski and Nas. This time, it's Ristiz and Joyo. But will KDOP Corp do the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to say, and it's easy for us to sit here and say that these are the favorites, but you're up against players that have been so close in Tox, Crispy and Growly. Growly, who has, made top 6 in EU in his time, maybe I think top 4 as well. These are players that have been in and around the best of Europe all season. It will not be easy across the best of 7. And as we saw earlier on, even some of the unknown names, Shogi, can cause all sorts of troubles, let alone Tox and Crispy over here in Growly.
Yeah, it's all about peaking at the right time and the right day. Game 1 brought to you by Progressive. As we will get a chance to see KDOP Corp, who are boot camping. Isn't that something cool to see for an LCQ, a team that really realizes this is the chance. Go to Worlds. Anything can happen. Infield attempted. Nobody was really around, but it was still a bit of a panic there from Vier, who are looking to try and get themselves out.
Let's see if they're able to. The early pressure here is from KDOP Corp. Here comes Joe as well. Lovely little fake, but Tox was ready for it. Tox, a player who, we have to say this every time we see him, especially when it's on a last chance qualifier. 7 occasions he has been within 1 result of qualifying. He's finished 5th when it's top 4. He's finished 6th when it's top 5. 7 times. And he's never made a major or a Worlds.
The harshest bit about that is the one time he would have done, it was cancelled because of a global pandemic. But this is certainly not the start he would have wanted at all. They're already down by 1, and it has been all KDOP Corp since the kickoff.
Yeah, they've been dominating. Finally, it's happened. Scored by Raziers. Looking pretty simple for them so far. I mean, in our last series, it was won by a team, and at this point, we're 3-0 down in the game. So, because the team started dominating, it won't mean they continue to do so across a best of 7. There's so much that can change, so much that can be adapted. Players of this quality. Raziers comes forwards, though. It's good to see him in a lobby. Such an entertaining player, and Joyo as well. Things went wrong for GK in the end, but they had their moments throughout the season, as did Joyo himself.
Yeah, Joyo might be just sort of saying, look, it's not me, it's the team name, okay? I'm going to get away from that. I'm over with KDOP Corp. And then we're going to be just fine as Raziers. First time shot. Oh, Joyo almost found a way on the half flip to just turn that one in. Well, that's a self-challenge. KDOP Corp can't look too confident. You can't convince us too much here, lads.
Well, Raziers is currently on 4 shots, and nobody else in the lobby has had one. So Raziers is playing very greedily so far in the ancient shogi game of greed. Raziers would be absolutely dominating up to this point.
Ancient game of greed. 28 points is not necessarily the best start. You can find out who I'm talking about because it's even Rado and Tox. Been very much, 3 players are sharing the ball, and this is one of them. Joyo straight to the path of Crispy.
Can't do too much of it though. In comes Radosin. Can he get himself involved here? The player who qualified last time around, as you mentioned at the top of this cast. Into the pajamas back then. Unsigned with his own sort of unsigned team, KDOP Corp. They're the one that are associated with Radosin. Let's try to get that one forwards. Radosin does go forwards. Such a dangerous player. Such a mercurial player is Radosin. He sends it high. Crispy's already there for it. Crispy's who's been in and around the top 6 in NA all season. Now trying to be the 6th player, the 6th team in Europe instead.
A couple of bump attempts, and that now puts them in all sorts of trouble. Nice job, just to call for a bit of help. Oh my goodness! Joyo with a beauty of a goal.
He's always had it in him. He's always had those sparkling moments as Joyo, but that one is one of the tighter angles you're going to see across the day. Huge finish from him. And it's no more than his team deserved. KDOP Corp have dominated so far in the opener.
It's one of those ones as a defender, you look and just go, no way. You don't have that angle. I'm waiting for it to bounce off the backboard, and oh dearie me. Up goes Rado. Reset gauge. You have to go and challenge him. Here comes Vier. It is all K-Dop Corp at the moment. Joyo on the way back. Cuts rotation. Nobody in the corner. A couple of demos. Up goes Rado. Fakes the challenge. Rowley does well to spot it, though. 90 seconds to really put anything together, as that was risky, and it worked out quite nicely.
Yeah, so far they've not laid a glove, Valare, but it can happen quick. One goal and suddenly you're right back in it. Especially with all the strats that teams have from kickoffs now, as well as Tox tries to take out the K-Dop Corp player. Redosin into the center. Chris is waiting underneath this one. Does get an all-important touch, so Rowley can go high. Valare trying to increase the pace somewhat, and that demo might change it as well. Again, Rozier's on his own backboard, but at least for Valare, they've managed to get the ball to the K-Dop Corp backboard, which I guess would be step one. Step two is defending this.
Oh, no.
They're not able to do that one, and that's going to be 3-0.
Yeah, Tox completely plays the shot that could happen, and unfortunately doesn't. Joyo, lovely fake. They are playing so clean at the moment, and as you mentioned from the last series, yes, it did look dominant in game number 1, but I can't necessarily take that as an example of, okay, yeah, Valare have got a good chance of this, because right now they look a distant second.
This has not been a good opening game to the series at all from Valare. The K-Dop Corp did everything asked of them. They've shown a little bit of magic sprinkled in among the team plays. This player here, the young Englishman Joyo, has been at the heart of that magic. German, a Frenchman, and an Englishman teaming up. It's an interesting dynamic. There is Joyo. Makes this one, sends it forward. Wouldn't mind a 4th goal, would always be nice. This is, I think both teams are quite content to see this one trickle away and for it to be 1-0 to K-Dop Corp.
Oh, Tox got a chance to turn for this. So at least something just by loitering around, taking the 50. And it's surely too far away, and Vier will maybe be thinking to himself, why did I try for the outplay? I'm just sort of giving that one away as a golf tee.
Yeah, nice challenge as well from Crispy to get that one to him. 19 seconds left. It's incredibly unlikely we'll see anything here lead from that goal, unless we see an almighty couple of kickoff goals here. Joyo's already gone to the ceiling. They've got anything underneath Joyo. It might be in here, but not going to happen. Because that will almost certainly be game 1. And I said, oh, I did say almost. I made
You also said not going to happen. Like, that was a big not going to happen that came out of your mouth.
Almost certainly not going to happen. But now I'll swing it to probably.
Okay, I'll take it. Well, we'll see what the kickoff is, because they did have a couple of kickoff plays earlier. Although that's not quite worked. Joyo does a good job of just committing to the going through the ball. Still a little bit of time. Reset gained, and yeah, it's,
cool.
I like the mechanics. I don't necessarily like much else about that.
Yeah, that was definitely a, hey, look, I can get my wheels on the bottom of that ball here. How cool am I? Yeah, not really what you want for a reset there and slam the ball down. It was a great drop shot move. Less so keeping the ball up because you've got 0 seconds to score an equalizer. But anyway, Valare get themselves a couple of goals, get themselves into the conversation. It was very clearly, though, K-Dop Corp's opening game, but maybe 1 or 2 question marks raised by the end of that one, because K-Dop Corp did concede a couple of silly ones.
Yeah, they didn't really need to be doing that. That second one, especially, I thought was so unnecessary from Vier to go low on that ball. Just take the 50. But maybe a bit of positive tilt. You do get that on occasion. We'll see going into game number 2. It's just beautiful to see on the second time around as well. But this is also not different from Valare at all. Like, they were pretty poor in game 1 in the quarterfinals, and that's when they started to figure themselves out, started to spot some of the weaknesses. We'll see if those weaknesses still apply when we're back to 0-0, or if not, K-Dop Corp was, on coast mode because they thought they were so far up.
Yeah, you don't want to be giving away too many game 1s in a tournament like this, but apparently Valare are able to do so and carry on going. K-Dop Corp incredibly comfortable, working well together as well. You can almost feel the fact that, Joyo has made huge, unlikely comebacks to make it into majors with GK, of course, last season, and Redosin, who made it in the last chance qualifier himself. So they're used to these situations. They've got all the experience, and they're up against players, as we mentioned, Shogi, who are used to falling at the final hurdle. And I do think that will have an effect on their mindsets going forwards. This will feel comfortable, even taking away that first game for K-Dop Corp, in a way that it won't and probably never will for Valare.
Okay, counterpoint, this is not the final hurdle. So
that's true, the penultimate hurdle.
So surely that means Valare are the favourites because they have to make it to the final hurdle.
When you
Rocket League maths.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, I'm intrigued. I don't know what I think, but you've made me change my thoughts in some capacity. So let's see what happens going forward in game 2.
Well, it's not necessarily the best touch to get that going. Radosin on the cut. It's all against one, and that one is Tox, who sends the face. Resist. I don't actually like that touch. I really don't like that touch. As Tox is aiming for his teammates.
Keep on going there. It does remain 0-0. Crispy trying to keep this attack going. Good pace there from Tox. Gets the shot away. Razias is able to get the catch, but it's a much better start right here from Valare, assuming that Crispy doesn't get dunked here, which he doesn't. So the pressure will go back towards Calming Court.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. It's the first. I just saw that KC in the corner of my eye, and there's only one thing I'm thinking there.
Well, slow down here from Joy. I wanted to try and get the 50 back into the midfield. Yeah, thankfully, the other KC are not playing. We've already had that issue once this season. Not fun whatsoever. Well, maybe for everybody that was casting it.
For everyone
watching it, I'm sure was unbelievably good fun.
All we needed would be Tox and Toxic in that same lobby. But anyway, it was Tox involved, and it's Growly that gets the lead for Valare.
It's now 3 in a row here for Valare. This is why you don't want to let off towards the end of that game, even if you're up by 3. This is a team that finds momentum, they find goals. And you'd argue that, you know, at the end of the tournament, you won't remember very many of Valare's goals. They don't care. They've still scored them as Resist is trying to get there first, and he's there by a good distance.
Well, that stops the run right there for K-Dot Corp. Huge win for Radosin. Round the corner, huge power. Such a heavy hitter of the ball. Swings his car at it. And Razias had the pace to beat his opponent as well. So just like that, just when it seems that Valare are going to be able to take a few lumps out of K-Dot Corp, K-Dot Corp comes straight back and win the subsequent pick-off as well. Radosin up against Growly. Growly wins it. Wins the boost to go toe-to-toe with Joy. Crispy's there finding Growly again, but that boost didn't spawn, so Growly can't do too much. Just get the shot away, but it's going to be simple right there for K-Dot Corp. Despite conceding straight away after, it's a better second game for Valare.
Oh, by a considerable distance, they looked second best in a very worrying way for our opening 4 minutes. As there's the shot, that's a little bit wide. Who's for the follow? It's Growly on 0 boost. Razias lays it over to Joyo. Tox is on his way. This has been Tox's job all day. Just get the good bit of contact, set up, there's the follow, and that is the slowest goal. That was a Panenka, if anything.
This clearly is a turtle race right here, okay? The little rabbits running about with their supersonic boost for those in there, chasing his tail. Crispy's like, all right, guys, let's just slow it down. Eventually encourages the ball out of its shell and into the back of the net. And that's 2-1. You don't have to slam the ball, Shogi. It's chill, man.
Okay, but, you know, you could. Here's Rado. Doesn't hit it a ball.
Yeah, that's the Radosin we know and love. I guarantee you, next thing he's going to do will be a triple flip reset after completely whipping on the backboard right there. And that's what we've come to expect from him over the years. That's why we love him.
Listen, the main broadcast was not prepared for a day that had both OCE and Radosin on the same channel.
One day, Radosin will play for OCE, like Jarius
Oh my
did,
goodness.
and it will break the internet in some way that I can't predict how.
OCE, major victory right there. Crispy on the way up. Growly's going to leave it fake, as Radosin doesn't read that. Instead, just goes straight for the ball. Walks up against Rado. Here comes Razid. He's unchallenged. Wants the backboard. Just doesn't get very good contact.
Razias also had to do a half flip there that kept Radosin grounded as well, and that's led to all sorts of jump. That came from the midfield. That came from Radosin not being able to jump because his teammate was half flipping over him. Then one lost 50-50 later, and the defensive dynamics completely gone.
I do want to point out, Resistance again just jumped up and gone, I can get a flip reset.
Nice.
Okay, great. We saw that last game where he got dunked. He's done it there. I'm assuming for the recovery so he can get the block, you know, use it to flip back down, wave dash, and then continue. The problem with all of that stuff that you planned afterwards is you weren't there. You are, however, there for this one. We've just got goal after goal after goal.
Yeah, and they're not brilliant goals either. I mean, Growly completely misses this one, so 3-2. One way or another, it's 3-2 in game 2, and Valare have the lead. And tune back in now. Reset.
Yeah, I can't believe we're trying to do the mental reset for the players.
Exactly, that's what they need.
Do we start calling the timeouts as well, do we? Ooh, I like that.
I reckon both teams call it before game 7. They both say it. It's like, no, it's my timeout, it's mine.
True, true. Growly, he's got that one long. Rado's awkward here. Goes under him. Just over a minute left here, Cole. One goal between them.
Yeah, decent shot there from Growly again.
Two.
And Tox helps it on its way. He was going for the bump. It'll take the goal, I'm sure.
Yeah, 2 goals between them is what I was actually trying to say. This
And a
is
reset from Tox.
Oh my goodness.
Used it. What is that? Oh. That's so much more going on than I realised. I thought he just dodged into it, but he got a reset on the player.
Actually, a needless amount going on with that goal, considering most of it was just, it was hit on target and the goalkeeper's not getting to it.
Shogun, we have Radosin in the lobby. Are you surprised that it's become this chaotic by game 2?
No, I'm not!
Another one goes in.
It's... Yeah, okay, we've got another goal. This is back one. Okay, this time actually it is Rado getting a demo, so a bit of disruption play to at least get that one going. I'm looking for the positives. Don't you giggle, all right?
I'm trying to think of what's going to happen in the next 57 seconds, because in this game, that's a lot of game time. No, we cannot. Nothing we'll say will come to be. See, huge pinch, round the corner. Why not? Razias almost gets hugged straight away after
Cole,
as
the
well.
Aztec calendar is more likely to be correct than you are predicting the next 20 seconds.
Well, let's find out. Tox here, is he going to be able to get to this one? Radosin bounces almost over Tox. Crispy wisely saves his boost and goes forward. Tox, lovely ceiling reset attempt.
What is Razias? Reset every 50! It's like the 3rd time!
Because it's cool, it makes the cool noise.
It does. Here comes Joyo. That's going to be 4 each.
Well, there you go. If you said a pointless reset 50, leading to a double commit for no reason, Radosin steaming in and Joyo getting another reset that he used, good for him, well done, Joyo. You'd have been correct. 100 points for you.
Okay, everyone, breathe in, breathe out, straight face. This is serious Rocket League time for serious stakes and consequences. So let's lock in. And I'm talking to everybody, including the players. That one's up. Rado clears. Actually, no, he's gone for the setup. Raziz looking for Tox's car, but it just takes too long.
I mean, if ever I've seen a game that's going to end with a comedy-owned goal, this is that game. So let's wait and see. Will it be 0 seconds, or will it be 18 minutes into overtime? It looks like it's going to be the latter, so buckle up, everybody. It's going to be a crazy one.
A couple of kickoff plays, and they tried for another one. Infield pass, over to the invisible man. Nobody available. Growly, straight to Tox. Very delayed on these challenges, and it's in!
Just bundle it home from no angle. You got no right to score from there. But Valare can go toe-to-toe with K.Corp in a way that... And a reset again! Why did Tox get a flip reset there? It didn't do anything. It didn't do anything, Shogun. He just got a flip reset for no reason.
Just get a flip reset.
Off Radosin. Like, yeah, I'll reset off you.
I will say that last goal... why is nobody challenging K.Corp? There was so many shadows and fake challenges, and Tox just didn't care.
He's like, yeah, I'll flip reset off Radosin. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. All right, if I'm a coach, I'm saying, okay, next game, no flip resets. You're not allowed to. It's like a training drill. You know, only hit the ball with the nose or maybe the butt of your car.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like I nail that training drill every single time I play. So I'd be your favorite student right there, Cool Cole.
You always are, Shogi. You're always listening.
Well, the good news for everybody is that we have now seen 7 goals apiece. It's been that sort of series across 2 games, so nobody's going to get a lack of goal-scoring opportunities. But, I mean, this obviously needs to settle down going into game number 2. Who does this sort of favor more, though? If this stays this way, who would you sort of go, all right, yeah, we're going to start nudging towards them?
I mean, normally I would say K.Corp because it's a meme, but it's true. Radosin is just so at home in that sort of series. And Joyo as well. He likes the chaos. He likes emerging from chaotic Rocket League explosions everywhere with something beautiful to stand the ball into the net. But Valare, they're not shying away from it. They're not saying, okay, look, if you guys want to be silly and play dumb, then we're going to play cleanly. They're like, okay, let's play this style. Let's go for silly plays. Let's do some dumb stuff. Let's have fun with it. You know, so normally I'd say K.Corp. At the moment, I'll tip it to Valare. They seem to be enjoying themselves.
They're playing very, very well today. Just seem to, I don't know, start slow and then figure out exactly what they need to do against their opponents. It's a brilliant first touch from Rado. He's going to run out of boost, so he just has to try and go for the setup. Fox maintains Supersonic very well. Just seems like he's always doing something to be relevant in the play. And in a series like this one, you're going to need more and more of that. Called into action. Gets a block. That's another reset. This update's starting to upset me. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the update's been designed for the 4 million people who play Rocket League not at this level. At this level, when you're hearing every 2 seconds because they go for every 50-50, is that some meta shift that I'm not aware of? Is Johnny Boy going to be thinking, oh, actually, guys, yeah, all the players do flip resets now over each other? You can see why. Because sometimes flip resets lead to beauty.
That's so nicely done. This is all done by that first touch. Because Growly's now got an awful angle and an awful 50 to try and figure out. Is Rado going to try and take this for the challenge, or is he just going to try and flip reset? He expected a challenge. He got it wrong, but you can't really blame him for that.
And that was what I was talking about, expecting from Joyo, the thing of beauty amongst the chaos. That's great play from Growly there. He's been a little bit quiet this series so far. Tox tries to get it back to his teammates. Isn't quite able to do so. Rozier sends it long. Crispy had to be aware there. Radosin in the corner. He's got time to control this ball, prods it forwards. Tox was waiting, and you were saying that Tox is a great player, staying involved in the play, and I completely agree. One of the better off-the-ball players in the RLCS, and it's why he stayed at this level all these years in the RLCS as a pro player.
Crispy wanted somebody to take the 50 against him. Unfortunately, nobody was willing to dance. That's just it. Oh my goodness! Tox! Well, everyone thought he was going backboard. They were completely wrong.
The most gentle of touches, he dances with the ball. That was like the first dance at a wedding. That was beautiful. Between Tox and the ball right there. We all got to watch, and then he timed the reset perfectly. Brilliance from him. In comes Radosin. Thinks about going for Tox. They both dodge each other masterfully. Yeah. How pretty.
Yeah, Rado looked at that demo like he was after an insurance claim. We've got another reset. I think I found Cole's giggle trigger at this point. Just get random resets.
It's just, yeah, exactly. I just, every time I see one, I'm like, why have they gone for one there? Oh, why have they gone for one there? But it's fun though, I like it. Everyone, this is how you play round. Try and reset everything.
No, ignore Cole. Do not listen to Cool Cole right now.
Use the Dominus.
Okay, yes, listen to Cool Cole right now. Anyway, back into the last half of this game, which has just got Joyo constantly attacking the goalkeeper. I think he's still going off screen. Infield pass not available as Rado was on his way back.
Those into the side. Tox leaves that one for Joe. Lovely idea there from Tox to get that ball towards Crispy because he knew his teammate had 100 boost. So a lovely little mind game there. Crispy resets over the top of Raziers, and Growly can't quite get the doink. Again, I am taking lessons in how to give doinks, so feel free, Growly, to hook me up, and I'll get your timing improved on that play.
Right corner, 2 minutes remaining. Setup from Tox not great to go coast to coast, so adapts it. Joyo leaves it. Rado already on his way up. Gets another 50. Very aerial-based offense so far from K-Dot Corp. And the demos are becoming more and more of a thing. And this is what I do love about Pro Rocket League. Once the bumps become something, everybody now wants one.
Yeah, that's a little bit more like it. Incisive there. Growly gets the reset and the extra touch, then decides against staying with the ball, doing nothing with it. Gets the bump on Radosin instead. And as he does that, I don't know if it was comms or Tox just had the instinct that Growly was doing something that would get the ball ready for him. Tox comes in and makes it 2-1 to Valare, and they're really starting to build into this series now, Shogi. But here comes Raziers on the other side. Tox misses it. Radosin and Joyo in each other's way, and neither player was called off it. That was a moment for comms.
Yeah, well, there was one of those ones where I think if you're Raziers, you're thinking, well, I don't need to comp that. You should know I'm up next. Where else am I going to be? And they're running out of time here. 1 goal difference. Rado off the wall with Joyo midfield. Joyo unchallenged. Well, you're not going to need to challenge me if he misses the ball like that.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that one of them thought they could have had a team pinch for a second. Anyway, here comes Raziers. The ceiling reset, not quite enough. Crispy read it well. Crispy then tries to take out Radosin, isn't able to do so. So Radosin is able to take control of this ball. Does he have a teammate? He wants Raziers to be coming in there. Raziers takes his time. No boost for Raziers. I don't know how he's boost starved when he's been waiting so long to come in. One way or another, though, Valare able to get it away, and they almost were able to go to their lead.
Rado on the break. Wants to block past one. Joyo can't get too far forwards. Doesn't want to see that one over the top of his head. I'll figure out who's taking this ball, though. Crispy, another reset. Joyo loses the 50. Oh my goodness, this is so awkward for them. Does Crispy want anything to do with it? He does. just very, very slowly.
Yeah, no point rushing there when you're 20 seconds away from going up in the series. Crispy this time goes to the backboard. It's a good heat check. Here is Crispy. Reset double. Simple as you like. It's 3-1. And surely, Shogun, this game will be Valaire's.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to agree with you this time around. What a goal. Vier, their offense, they make it count whenever they've got an opportunity. And I said earlier on that they're going to, score some goals. You're not necessarily going to remember that many of them. I take it back, especially after that Tox goal earlier on. Definitely remembering that one.
Rodoson's coming forward. This one has to go in the next 0.1 seconds if there is to be a chance. And Growly ensures that will not be the case. So Vier go within a couple of games of the grand finals. And it is a deserved win. They really wrestled that game to being theirs.
They're playing great. And timeout, K-Dot Corp. You've got to. Because it is not working at the moment. And arguably, ever since they went 3 goals up in game 1, they have just not looked nearly as good. And it does feel like so long ago, Cole, we were saying this looks like a bit of a mismatch in the opening minutes of the series. Ever since then, it's a completely different match.
I mean, when you're playing against Tox, who, for all his good work off the ball, is able to score goals like that one, then you know you're up against a team that's starting to peak. And that was Vier approaching their ceiling. We've talked a lot about the flaws of players, and goodness me, these players have a lot of flaws, which is what's making it so entertaining. But now that they are starting to peak and starting to reach the best of themselves, it's Vier that are beginning to pull away. And K-Dot Corp, they're next to each other. They're turning to each other. They're having to talk to each other in person. And that's an important thing. When you're taking timeouts like this one, Radosin is clearly got something to say right now to his teammates, and I don't mind that at all, because they need a bit of a kicking.
Yeah, Radosin's been very vocal. He was always quite vocal, even back on Vitality. But, back then he also had Farah behind him, who would also take up a bit of the airways. Rado, been very vocal across this season. Obviously, I'm allowing the coach to talk right now. But he's like, I'm the world champion. You're going to listen to me. I've got points to make. I've got goals to score.
How many seasons can you say that for? I'm the world champion.
Every season.
Is it
every
forever?
Season. Yes.
So,
if you were world champion and I tried to blame you for anything, you would immediately go, oh, should we load up Champions Field? Okay,
so you put
some sightseeing.
You put Lechino on this team, and he's like, hey guys, I think we should go for more flip resets. You're like, yeah, all right. My season 1 go, you got this. Is that...
Okay, maybe that's fine. But I'm just saying, we put Marky in here, man. He'd be listening.
Well, obviously, because Marky's a coach.
So
I imagine that Marky's right and I'm wrong.
We've got 6 months, apparently, difference before Marky cooks here in Greece. You're not allowed to be happy about it anymore.
Yeah, we're approaching that wave where it starts to overlap, and you can no longer mention each one in 6 months chunks. Anyway, we continue. Vier have this lead for themselves, and they played very well indeed to get it. Now, K-Dot Corp, though, our favourites, our tournament favourites. Last year, Radosin won this very tournament to qualify for Worlds and into the jump. They did well at Worlds as well. I can't remember quite where they came, but I think they did pretty well, like top 8 or something.
Yeah, it was
made the most.
It was a very good run, actually, from NIP. Managed to get pretty deep into the tournament.
Yeah, they did.
Especially after, I mean, it just seems to be the case, doesn't it? It's like being the last European seed guarantees you a good run. But now we have a 6th seed. You thought 5th seed was the number 1 ticket. Apparently it's not. Quick reminder as well, if you do win this, you're not immediately into that top 16. You've got to play the play-in, where 5 Fears are waiting. And I believe it's the... I can't quite remember the next game after that. I think it's the South American contingent that you're probably running into.
I'm not the guy that would have on the top of my head which matches after the first one showing. I can barely remember that one. Is that one just that stand for the crossbar? But I'm sure somebody in chat is going to tell you. We'll be able to say that ourselves, pretend we remembered, because we are thieves in that regard. So help us out, chat. Scrolly gets that onto the back wall. Crispy hadn't gone for it. He's waited instead, tempting Joyo to clear it to himself. Ooh, that's an awkward couple of touches there from Crispy. So he goes inside from Tox. So a couple of awkward plays from both teams so far in this game.
Sort of the way to describe how everyone's playing at the moment. It's a feature, not a bug, when it comes to LCQ Rocket League. Joyo has got a bit of time. Oh, that touch was so heavy, you had to adjust it. But Radosin wanted the demo. Joyo's heavy touch took it away. Great stop from Crowley. K-Dog will feel like they've got to score here.
Yeah, huge stun there from Razias. They'll keep going though. The boost belongs right now to K-Dog Corp. Radosin dancing in the air. Comes his teammate. Radosin, can he get the pass? Instead he tries to keep it to himself. I think an infield pass would have been the play there. And looking at Razias' car body language, that's what he wanted. His car was suddenly looking a little bit awkward there with Radosin's touch. Joyo gets the catch. They'll come again. Radosin a bit speedier this time, a bit more focus on his touch. Razias in the center. This is what he wanted. Can he get this pitch? He can for now. Great pressure still from K-Dog Corp, but that should be enough. Growly could have left that one for Crispy, but you can see why he went for it with the ball trickling over his goal line.
Oh, great demo. Growly, he's had to panic. There's just no follow. It's a little too late. As Razias got Joyo. Oh, he's over the top of everybody. And there's not quite a way to react to that. The defense did very well.
So far, Vier are surviving in this matchup. They have to do more than that. This is looking more like that game one, but the difference is that in that first game, K-Dog Corp got their rewards. They got their goals. This time, Villar's defending has been good enough. 6 saves between the 3 of them so far, 2 each. So they have to do work on the goal line as well. Lovely pass attempt there from Tox towards Growly. Tox gets it for himself. Growly clears the ball. This ball's got to roll all the way up. Crispy can't do too much with it apart from hit the ceiling. And Radosin clears. So many double commits, awkward touches, but it remains somehow 0-0.
That's so unfortunate as well, because that roll up the wall just killed the offense. Not really what they were after. Razias on the turn. Not going to get a 50. Joyo sees Rado. Takes another 100. That's the first. A couple of options here. Wants the low 50. Oh, and Razias just a touch too early.
Well, he has this one. He can boom it as far as he can, but that is all of his boost used. He continues to surge forwards, but really just to try and tempt Joyo to rush rather than do any damage, really. Radosin is going to be able to get this next touch as well. Is there going to be a shot at the end of this one? It's a double commit here. Can't blame them too much from Vier. They're surviving. Talks forwards. Joyo underneath this one. And they have managed to keep it at 0-0. That is the biggest praise you can give them up to now, and it might get even better depending on how this ball lands.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Because it is the exact same game mode, the exact same field type, and yet you can have one game that's a 5-4 and another one that's 0-0 heading into the final minute. Well, clearly, that timeout has been just to calm things down a little bit. K-Dog Corp maybe haven't had the better opportunities, as we've almost got a double commit. Joyo will be the one to take it, but that's very open. He's handed it off. Tox has got 0 boost. He doesn't need it!
If there is one man on this pitch who wants it more than anyone, it's the German. And he is showing that as well as his endeavor, he is not lacking any sort of skill to play at this level. Just the 3rd shot from Vier in this game. And will it be enough to give them 3 match points? But here comes Razias to the ceiling. Crispy gets a touch. Growly misses on the backboard. And Tox again is there to be the hero.
I'll tell you what, if it's not his day, it's certainly not from a lack of trying. Tox is leveling up today. Joyo past the first, but Crowley will clear the lines. Razias, has he got any options? Didn't like the ones that he had. Joyo's in the back corner waiting for that 100 boost. That doesn't turn up for him, so instead Radosin's got to take it.
Radosin can only send it back to his teammate. Crispy won't let him. He gets it to Razias in the end, though. Growly surging forward right now again for Vier. Tox there. Perfect positioning. This is what he does. Great decision to send that one high. Joyo keeps it up well. Razias has the 100 boost. Can Joyo get it to Razias? He does. That one's going to pinch. It's going to go down, though. Tox, if he is to make it, has earned every second that he will spend in Fort Worth.
He's playing unbelievable at the moment. We've been talking so long, you know, he's a steady hand. He's quick. He doesn't usually make too many mistakes. But no one turns around and goes, yeah, Tox is playing some brilliant mechanical Rocket League. And right now, Tox is playing some brilliant mechanical Rocket League. The goals he is scoring are gorgeous.
Look at that reaction as well from Crispy. That is the moment they will start to believe that they're going to make it to our grand finals. There's still
right
such a long
there.
way to go. There's still such a long way to go, though, Show. You know, when that adrenaline disappears and you go back into the next game and you think, we've still got to win one more. That last game is an absolute nightmare. But 3-1 at a best of 7 is not a bad position to be in. And my mind's a blur in this series. The tactical timeout's been taken as well, right? From
Yes,
it's as well. So they haven't even got that.
That was the last one. So these 60 seconds, and Radosin is getting as many words as he possibly can in during those 60 seconds. Last chance here. Radosin, along with Oski and Nas, able to win the LCQ just 12 months ago. Might not see the grand finals. And instead, Crispy, Growly, and Tox, an unlikely trio, a trio of names that you see, and then you blink and they're out of tournaments.
Yeah.
Right now, you have to keep your eyes on them.
Well, Joe's coming forwards. He started this matchup with a huge double tap at a ridiculous angle. Since then, though, he's been quiet. His team have been quietened by Tox, Crispy, and Growly, and they need to make sure they're not getting each other's way, though. It will get tempting. They will get jumpy. K-Dub Corp have to make the most of that. Lovely touch from Razias, trying to break the heart of his fellow German all over again. It just seems like it'll be Tox's day. They're surviving everything. The ball goes over the top of Radosin. Razias comes in. Growly up against him. Razias maneuver this one into the back of the net. Almost! Lovely touch there from Crispy. And Tox in the air. A perfect 50-50. And he resets it to safety.
Oh, they just play for each other. I will do anything it takes to make your life easier. What is that going to take? Fake.
Great read.
And it doesn't work. Radosin, I think, would have been much better served if he did have a little bit more boost. Just didn't have anything in the tank.
Close there from Razias, the floor pinch. But again, despite all the shots, so far there's 3 shots to 0. They've all gone the way of K-Dub Corp. Valaria blocking everything. Tox again gets the perfect pinch. He's a man possessed right now, Shogun. It's like, this is the very definition of a player playing out of his skin.
How much more is it going to take? Tox just trying to kill some time, get the troops back, reset off the wall. Crispy now called into action. We've spent this entire game in the orange side of the field, but not in the orange goal. Back out again, Razias, backboard. He's asked so much for himself, and that bounce down would have ruined the play anyway, but Growly's going to make sure of it.
Oh, big demo there from Crispy on Joe, and Radosin can't time the doink. If any of these pros need advice, I am open to giving lessons. I don't know why pro players struggle with it so much. Check my Twitter. They're really easy. I'll teach you. Carry on, Shogun. I'm just annoyed when they get doinks.
That's okay. It'll be better. They'll get the next one. You know, they're just lining it all up.
I don't know why they struggle so much.
Fox takes the shot straight into the path of Radosin. Razias asked one. Next one up. Razias goes backboard. What a flick. And it's still not enough. Tox takes the 50. Joyo. Oh, that's going to drop down so awkwardly.
Oh.
But Growly is perfectly fine with that.
How on earth has Growly read that up against Joyo as well? It seemed for all the world that Joyo had the angle. But Growly had the endeavor. Growly up against Razias. Huge 50-50 yet again. Goes all the way down the other end. Might even lead to a goal. For them. Nearly there for Valara. Tox tries to shoot him and Joyo clears.
Crispy rotates back. Has Growly, who's taking the 100. There's a little bit too patient from both of them. It was a nice little foray into the blue side of the field. Now we're back to your regular scheduled programming of the ball ricocheting, rattling, doing anything but being in the net.
On any other day, that pinch goes in the back of the orange net, but today is not that day. It is seeming like it's going to be Valara's. Razias clears it. Crispy leaves it to Radosin. They're just waiting for them to boom that ball away. And lovely touch again from Growly as far as Joyo. Joyo has to be careful here. Growly got that read to perfection. Radosin's in. No boost left. They're still dangerous in the corner. One pinch. You're all the way over your goal line. Joyo tries to flap it forwards, but Growly's in the perfect position to boom it away once again.
I'll tell you what, you give Valaria a challenge in the midfield, they will lose it 10 times out of 10. You give them a challenge on their goal line, they will win it 10 times out of 10. Although that was a little bit more risk than they needed.
Oh,
maybe if I was on target, they would have got there.
It is so close from going in the back of their net, but K-Dub Corp just can't do it. Another huge challenge from Growly. What a game he's had defensively. His reads have been fantastic. Joyo up against Crispy. Growly's coming in now, trying to go on the ascendancy. I think there was a midfield boost grab as well from a Valare player. Radosin in the corner, Tox up against him. Gets the 50-50 perfect. It's Crispy. Oh, could he have left it for Growly? Oh, so close.
Yeah, I think that Maybe he even wanted to do, because that was not fully committed from him. Maybe got the shot that he should just take it anyway. And we're straight back into the orange side of the field. But now Tox looking for the break. Radosin has going to have a player behind him, so he needs to not slow up too much here. Growly goes towards, and Growly has been the standout of Valare on this one, but they need something else. They need more than defensive standouts. He'll get that ball into the net on the blue side of the field. That's over the top. That is brilliant.
Radosin is the man. This is his tournament. Flip reset. Oh, into the double from the floor. Brilliance there from Radosin. And finally, they break through Valare. 20 seconds left.
Oh, that is brilliant. And now they've got possession of the ball as well. Crispy gonna take the long route, make you come and challenge, do anything to kill some time as Growly's gonna dive. That's awkward, but no one's around. There's Growly! Oh my goodness, it was on a plate!
They just kept fighting. Growly lingers, he stays. Razias, look at that challenge! Shogun from Tox! Who is this kid?
He's got no right, okay? I checked. He has zero right to be getting that on the hood. Now we got Radosin off the kickoff. Tox waiting backboard. Is there one more, or are we going to overtime? It's the latter.
Valare, one goal away from making it to the grand finals. That one's gonna hit the backboard. Radosin's missed it. In comes Crispy. The heat check's magnificent. Crispy up against Radosin. Radosin's clear as long.
And guess what? That's the difference right now. In scrims, that's easy. With a world championship spot on the line, the heat check becomes everything that you don't want to see because there's no winning from it. There's just surviving. Resist wiped off the face of the map.
Good stuff from Crispy. Joe's coming forward, so this is good play in overtime right now from K-Dub Corp. They definitely start the overtime better. That's really poor from Growly. Tox has to be careful here because Razias is lingering. Razias wants to get all sorts of touches. Radosin can't quite get the angle. Tox,
No
please.
way.
Is this
No,
one going
no
in?
way.
Is it via Tox? Joyo will get back. And then Tox shoots again. And Joyo gets the save.
Joyo can't believe he's been put under that amount of pressure. Just a moment ago, Razias was dancing around them. Then it was almost over the top of his head. Tox has not removed himself from this side of the field for anything. Takes the 50. In comes Crispy. Beats the first play, but Razias clears long. Growly can't get down. Joyo, recovery. It's gone long, and there's only one player left.
It's Radosin. He will get the touch. Can he get the catch as well? Good 50-50 from Radosin against Tox. He certainly won that one, but it will fall to Growly in the end. Up into the air, gets the pre-flip. Tries to pitch it against the back wall. Won't quite come to anything.
Razias with Rado. Zero boost. He doesn't care. They've got to do something to break the spirits of their opponents. Joyo takes it. He's got some boost. Gonna leave it nice for Rado. Awkward for everybody. 90 seconds of OT. Still no winner.
It's exhausting for us. I can't imagine how tiring it is for them, but they've got to keep on fighting. Their heart rates will be through the roofs right now. Growly leaves that one. It's going to go to Razias. It's going to bounce awkwardly in the center. Really dangerous. I thought for K-Dub, but maybe to the other side. Tox is left all alone. Tox is flicked pass. It's Radosin. We said this is his tournament. And you'll need a few clean punches before he drops. K-Dub Corp remain alive. Just.
You said it was exhausting for them. Tough. You gotta go again. K-Dub Corp will want to go 2 more times. But Radosin scratched, clawed, dragged his team into another game.
583 points there for Radosin. By far and away the highest scorer.
I mean, I just want to see that goal again. Take a look at this. This is beautiful. Tox tried to fake, and both times it was Radosin beating Tox as the final player. Now, I really want to see Tox's positioning, though, for the OT goal. Because there was a setup. The third man did not go on Vier, and it left them open to the counter-attack. Are they getting a little bit nervy about sending thirds?
I think so. And I understand why. I understand why. You're going to want to not give anything away. Try and stay as solid as possible and just pray the ball ends up in the net of the opponents, but that's not what happened right there. And we are once again, Shogun going to go to Neo Tokyo. For some reason, this map always scares me more than Champions Field. Once you get to Champions Field, you know, anything can happen and it's an even chance. But this one terrifies me. It's like, this is where the nerves go to max, and then Champions Field, they're like, let's just win the last game. Is how I always almost project it in my mind.
I've always sort of hated that this one is Game 6 because it is my favorite map in the game, but I see it and I think, okay, now I just really want the other team to win because I want Game 7. I want Champions Field. Guess what? There's an entire blue team that wants the exact same thing. Growly making everybody awkward. Not awkward enough.
What's going to possibly happen over this next 5 minutes? The standard of Rocket League has improved throughout this series. The cinema levels have remained the same throughout. Growly gets it backwards towards his own goal. Just as I've said, the standard has improved. That'd be absolutely classic, but still, 0-0.
Okay, both teams have struggled to activate all 3 players at once as Redosin is wide. Raziz also can't find an angle to approach from. I was trying to avoid Redosin on his rotation out. The last game especially, Crispy was invisible. I feel like you can say the same thing at times about Joyo, who started off so well. That one's top bins, and it's Togs yet again.
No, it's not top bins, it's top spins. He is slamming everything. Every opportunity that he gets, he's hitting it to perfection. The fake was great, but that finish does not go in 9 times out of 10. It has to be completely perfect, and that is what Tox is doing today.
My friends, have you seen some RLCSX Rocket League? Right there. That's some RLCSX Rocket League. Growly, not going to follow. Instead, it's just awkward, but reasonable. Oh my goodness, everybody's hovering that corner.
Let's get the read from that one. Joy for a second must have thought he'd snipe that one on the back of the net, but not to be. Crispy gets himself in the way. Redosin realised the save was coming in. It could have been an almighty dunk as well, so opts to keep possession, keep the pressure. Does though fall to Tox. Crispy's in the centre. What can Tox do? How does he bludgeon his way through this time? Right now, Valare, they can just hold out for 3.5 minutes. They'll be home scot-free, but that's an eternity.
Had an opportunity for a 2v1 breakaway, but Growly, key demo from him, takes away that chance. 1 goal to the better. Redosin wants the double, can't get it. Here comes Raziz. Just straight into the path of the goalkeepers. They're gonna have to get real creative with this. They want to try and break down this defense that will hold on to try and go to the grand finals.
And Crispy, you were saying, was looking invisible in the last game or so and struggling to get boost at the moment. Still on 0, been on 0 for an almighty time. He's still on 0, having to go forward into the centre to get something. Leaves him in an awkward position, but it works out perfectly. And Tox has the reflexes and, I'll say it, the aura to stop after that dodge.
Oh, that is unbelievable. Crispy, that is one of the most disgusting, gross, and quite frankly, filthy passes I have seen. I don't know how on earth they managed that.
K.Corp, once again, it's over to you. Valara, 2 goals to the good. K.Corp have time on their side, but the series as a whole is running away from them. Joyo gets that 50-50 into the ceiling. Razia's waiting for Crispy's touch. At what point to K.Corp take the gloves off and send everything forwards? No, we're nowhere near there yet with 2 goals, but it will happen at some point. I can't wait, but they might get one back right here. Joyo hits the crossbar, and Redosin can't get the angle either. Joyo had to sink that.
Yeah, that's unforgivable. You have to score. You have to at least get it on target. And now they're really up against the difficulties. Chance to break away. Raziz on his way up. Past top of 2. Tox, though, just pushes it into safety. They're still under a bit of pressure. Okay, well, you're safe for now.
Yeah, Tox gets a little bit of luck. Joyo almost gets it in. He'd love a goal after that mistake earlier on. Razia's charged down by Tox. Who's going to get that 50-50? Who's going to get that 100 boost, sorry? It was Valara again. They're getting everything. Redosin has 3 boosts to play with. Growly's going to be back there. Great pace there from Joyo. Is the teammate coming in? Razia's there. It's going to be saved, I think. Crispy gets it high. And Growly takes out Redosin as well. Good decision-making.
Oh, Growly just spots stuff so nicely. Infield. Just trying to get out of the way. Crispy doesn't want to get dunked. Are we going to go for the 3rd man? Nah, not a chance. Minute and 30 away from the grand finals, and Growly dancing, tripping, finding his way through. This is brilliant Rocket League at the moment from Valare, just trying to hold the lines.
Yeah, they're all at it. They're all taking these little touches that K.Corp are absolutely hating. They want a nice, clean game of Rocket League. Big booming hits all over the place. Instead, they're having to work their way forwards, but somehow Razia sneaks that in.
Have a look at this one more time. Yeah, Tox saw the ball on the wall. I'll tell you what, as passes go, Radosin, given where he is on the wall like that, you do not get that level of power. You do not get it that midfield. Guess what? You do if you're Rado.
Ziers, can he double up? Can they really put the squeeze right now on Valara, just when they were starting to theorize this grand finals that they might be making? Tox is dunked out by Radosin there. Raziers fakes out Growly. Good play from Raziers. Gets a shot away. Good block from Crispy. K.Corp turning the screw, pushing all the way to the end. They're 45 seconds away from their season being over.
Pump attempt. Raziers off the wall. 2 players to get past. They need the ball open, awkward, and dangerous. As Growly is just such a safe pair of hands. Gets rid of it again. Oh,
he got him! From it as well! Growly from absolutely nothing slows the game down, then speeds it up when he decides.
Oh, it's a complete whiff!
Not on
At the
Neo-Tokyo,
worst
surely.
possible moment. No, definitely not on Neo-Tokyo. When you're saying this map makes you nervous, you're not the only one, Cole.
But it might well be over. K.Corp gonna have to win this kickoff. Joyo gets it towards Radosin, but the ball's going backwards. It's going towards the wrong goal. Crispy is called into question right now defensively. Still 20 seconds left. Radosin in the center, can't quite get the pass. Another mammoth clearance, and maybe that'll be enough, Shogun.
Joyo has got to score off this play. The bump, the shot's wide. 8, 7, Joyo misses. He couldn't find Rado's car. That will do it. Tox has got another shot. 8th time is the charm. Or is it not? We will find out in an hour. K.Corp are eliminated.
Oh man, why have you said that, Shogun? Why have you pointed out? I said it at the top of the show. I said Tox is definitely making the grand finals. But is he finally going to be able to step over the line? Oh, my head's in my hands. I'm nervous, but right now's the time for celebration as far as Valara and their fans go, because that is a huge statement victory. They've kept themselves in it. The smiles are well earned from Growly there and the boys. K.Corp are going to have to go back and dust themselves off for the next few months.
I've got to see this pass. I've got to see the pass one more time from Crispy. Just bang, straight through and straight onto Tox's hood. Valare, they have done it. They are through to the grand finals, Cole.
They are indeed, but we have got another pair of semi-finalists trying to join Valare there. Who will it be alongside Valare in the winner-takes-all tournament? It'll be Madei Tapa versus No Balls Just Chase. Go nowhere, this is frantic.
Keith, I want to try an experiment.
All right.
To help you unbecome your parents, I want you to try a game called Rocket League.
Ooh, is it a puzzle like my crossword?
No, picture soccer.
Okay.
With a car.
What do I hang my feet outside the window?
No, not your car.
But you said think of...
It's a video game.
Oh, okay, I get it. Where's the cartridge?
No, it's an online thing.
Is there a joystick?
Not like the ones you're thinking of.
But I need to get some quarters, right?
No.
I gotta blow in the cartridge.
Again, like no cartridge, but you'll need a username.
Username, huh? How about Keith_9914?
The bathroom code?
That's the only number I can kind of remember easily, so.
Don't hold back, cause you woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I think I'm harder. Don't hold back. Galvanize.
Trajectory and balance look good. You're confirmed to go for orbit.
Every day, Michelin innovates to move the world forward on the road and far beyond. Michelin, motion for life.
Pressure's starting to build, though.
Oh! It landed the bump, but saved it and
Twisted Minds are looking to finish. Oh, what a demo. Oh. Stizzy, down deal, down the jack. Open net. He doesn't have to hit it.
big shot, pass, up high, not over, 0 seconds, it's too late, on the ground, 20 points. That is how you take an opportunity, Ruas. Nudge the exotic out of the way to open the door.
magic of Rocket League is the stories you could tell about it. The 0-second buzzer beaters, the epic saves, the underdog victories. It's all there. As we return to this legendary arena, we'll witness Rocket League's story unfold together. Who will hang their team's banners in the rafters of Champions Field? It's time to find out.
The EU depth continues to show itself off as the upsets continue here with KDOP Corp eliminated in Game 6. Vier has won 2 in a row. Had to go to Game 7 in the first one, Game 6 in the second one. I'm joined by Growly. Sir, congratulations on making it through. I gotta ask, how much fun you having out there? Is it all stress, or are these games as sick to play as they are to watch?
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, it's stressful, of course, because, you know, you lose your season's done, and yeah, I mean, it's fun now. It's always fun.
Hey, you're 1 win away from extending the season by a long distance here. We don't have to think about that yet. I know you got to stay locked in for the match that's in front of you. You can't think about Worlds just yet. But like, talk to me about your teammates. Talk to me about Toxic Crispy. How fun is it to play with them?
Oh, I mean, I love playing with them both. I mean, Crispy's a long-time friend of mine. Been friends for like 7 years or something. Like, we always talk, about RCS. We always talk about, the game in general, because like it's just what we love to do. And Tox, I mean, he's been a great teammate so far. I mean, in the last series as well, especially, he was absolutely incredible. He was like definitely our MVP of the series. He was locked in the first series, locked in that second series. You guys are on point, got all the momentum here. Now you got either Mata y Tapas or No Ball Just Chase. Who do you think you're going to be playing against? I assume Mata y Tapas, but the way No Ball Just Chase looked against Magnolia, they could definitely pull. Against Magnolia, they could definitely pull off an upset, and I could see them playing them in the finals. Okay, maybe a 70-30 chance to like Mata y Tapas for sure.
Hey, I mean, if you guys are upsetting the predictions as well, so who knows what's going to happen, sir. Congratulations again. Good luck in the finals.
Thank you.
That is Growly, top 2 here at the LCQs, but you got to get that top 1. They'll be preparing during this timeout here while they can wait for the second semifinals. All the way to Game 6. I mean, Shogun, at what point was this series over? Was it the final moment, or did KDOP Corp start to fall apart before that Game 6?
I mean, KDOP Corp started to fall apart the moment they went 3 goals up in game number 1, in my opinion. Like, they looked so comfortable. They allowed their opponents just to have a proper look at it. They got comfortable after that. And then it felt to me, Cole, once game 1 was over, KDOP Corp were always chasing.
Yeah, a little bit. Vier just seemed to step up as the series went on. They just seemed to have a little bit of magic in them, I think, that KDOP Corp didn't have. They hinted at having it in that first series, in the first game in the series, when Joya got that double tap, for example. But apart from that, there was just something missing from KDOP Corp. And it's tough to really think why, because, these are players that are used to these wonder runs, as I mentioned in the cast. Vier, they had it. And some days it's just your day, Wavepunk. And Vier giving us all the signs that today is going to be their day. Based on that performance, as long as they don't cool off, as long as they don't get exhausted in amongst the series, I hope they're making the most of this time. Whether they need to relax, whether they need to do lots of free play, I just pray they do it right and go into the finals at that level.
They've had 2 series now, Shogun, that have gone the distance, but obviously this one significantly more in control, got up to that match point. Then, had the closing out series is always hard. They dropped the game there in overtime on Parc des Paris, but then Neo Tokyo lock it down 3-1. They had them on the ropes, and they are through to the grand finals.
Yeah, there's also a bit of the mental aspect on that one. If they would have gone reasonably thinking that they should have been the favorites in their first match today, and the fact that went to 7 might have been sort of like, okay, we did the bare minimum that we're supposed to do there. But against KDOP Corp, that's one that you come out and just go, oh, we are playing some good Rocket League. We're not surviving right now. We are thriving. And if Growly and Tox keep playing the way they are, how do you go against them?
They've got to feel encouraged right now, and I'm excited to see them play in the grand finals, but we got to get them an opponent here. Let's get into the next matchup. No Balls Just Chase versus Mata y Tapa. Now, I will say, I have learned, Twitch chat helped me out on this, and I did use a little bit of my own research skills to understand this. Mate is a caffeine-rich infused herbal drink made with yerba mate. If you've ever heard of there's a popular canned beverage in the States called yerba mate. It is a very popular, highly caffeinated tea in Argentina. So this is an Argentinian drink with the most popular cuisine of Spain. That's where the name came from. So I think there's a lot of allegiance here, Cole. I don't think there's any bad blood between these guys. They're bonding over food. I think they're gonna bond over good Rocket League play as well.
Love that. Yeah, that's what we want to see between the Argentinians and the Spanish. But for No Balls Just Chase, they had a huge result earlier on. What a win against Magnolia. Prosy 15 years old, as we mentioned, super young and playing incredibly well as well. Goku seemed like a real team leader, and then Shark as well. Shogi, the goals that Shark was getting, recently qualified for the Esports Nations Cup for Team Island, which I believe is Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland as one team in that. And just one of those players that's always in the perfect position at the right time. Very Tox-esque, actually, is Shark.
Yeah, and I didn't expect to see that from him, to be honest, because, you know, he's not new on the block, and he has been to LANs. He has done plenty of those, but this is a step up, and it's a step up that he just did not seem at all intimidated by. But they're going to need more of that because the opponents don't get any easier as you head into the semifinals, and this is why AJG, who has been everywhere, done everything, wants to go to a World Championship yet again.
Yeah, AJG, who's played in various regions, now find his way in Europe. And then Atomic and Dorito as well, the two Spaniards. Atomic, who, to me, towards the end of, I think it was 2 seasons ago now in Europe, was Europe's best player for a solid month or so. He's got that potential in him. Hasn't quite lived up to those standards so far this season. And then Dorito as well, who's been there or thereabouts for a long time. He was team of CRR forever. CRR's gone off and had a great career. Dorito, slightly less so, but again, is always there or thereabouts, often in Europe and around the world as well. So a top team here that will be coming up against our heroes from earlier. So it's going to be incredibly difficult. And these guys have been brought here to Europe, or AJG's been brought here alongside his team to win this event, Wavepunk. And this is what they're here for, and this is what they want to do.
And for all the teams that have formed during the time between the end of the Paris Major and now, this is the moment that they were preparing for. This is the first time they're playing today, Jogando. So needing to make sure they come out strong out of the gates. Game one going to be very important for Mata Etapa. We'll see if they're able to get it done. No balls just chased, trying to continue the Cinderella run.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen, not just from today, but throughout this entire event, where being the favorites, being the higher seed means nothing when every single game you lose, it's not, oh, you know, we'll go to the next open qualifier. It's, oh, the season is ending. You know, every loss is 25% closer to your season being done. It's a difficult mindset, but hey, you've got to go and get these wins.
You do. We're going to find out who gets them here. Cole, who you got?
I think I'm going to go with no balls just chased. They started off their last series, an absolute shocker. They were 3-0 down against Magnolia in 25 seconds or whatever it was, and they just kept improving. And that's what you want to see. You want to see players who, when the chips are down, are stepping up, Shogi. So am I crazy? Am I insane to go for that?
Well, considering I'm 0-3 on my predictions today, I'm maybe not the best person to be asking that. Don't worry, I feel like Waves are very much in the same boat as I am. But I'm also in the boat of I refuse to learn. I'm not a smart man. I don't learn from pattern recognition. I'm going Mata Etapa. I'm just going to keep going high seed until it eventually works for me. But I do think that they are that level above. And I feel like I'm repeating exactly what I said an hour ago when No Balls Just Chase just kept winning.
It's almost like the predictions don't influence the gameplay, but we'll see. Mata Etapa, they are the higher seed, and if I've learned anything in prediction contest is when you lose it early, just roll with the high seeds, and you might reel it back. But at this point, also, I kind of just want to see the upsets, and I think my bad luck is maybe going to be going Mata Etapa's way here, so this would actually put it into No Balls Just Chase.
0-4, baby.
Imagine No Balls Just Chase versus Vier, the finals nobody predicted, but we might get, and the fans are on their side. No Balls Just Chase earned some popularity in that one. Let's see if they can live up to it, folks. What a win they accomplished, and yet it means nothing if they lose here. One spot left in the finals. No Ball Just Chase versus Mata Etapas play against Vier in the finals.
This is it. The last and final chance to extend your season for a trip to the World Championship. These teams have seen nothing but Game 6s and Game 7s all weekend. We'll see what they give us here right now.
Sure, we'll see that because we got two squads in particular that have some pretty good players. I mean, we saw what No Ball Just Chase did against Magnolia. Prosy, he's a new up-and-comer, 15-year-old. He was balling out incredible ingenuity with his attacks, especially his bumps as well. And his Shark, keeping things really simple, just really taking advantage and kind of living up to his namesake, just being a shark in the water and making plays happen. And then on the other side, you got the Argentinian and AJG, a player who used to play for True Neutral for Complexity back in Salmon in North America, likewise. And AJ, and then Dorito, go play also with CRR. So many names in this match. I tried to go through everybody hurt, but I couldn't get to everybody.
I mean, you can go all the way around. Everybody here has got some sort of crazy, history, not only in the RLCS, but just in Rocket League in general, right? People have made names for themselves. New names, older names. In this first minute of play, though, in this particular LCQ, this is the one where everybody's going to start to get to solidify themselves, especially in that Vier matchup. If you are able to take this series, you get a date with Vier, and Dorito wants it.
And that was the easiest goal he's going to score. Rosie gets beat clean at Shark. Kind of makes a mistake. I didn't see him make any last set, and that was 6 games. In particular, he might have been our most polished player on this Just Chase squad. So I do expect to see him kind of tighten that up. Won't give away any freebies. And look at the matchup. Doritos, I'm going to say Achilles heel that he's always been known for is his defense. And last match, Just Chase, they were taking advantage of Toxic's questionable defense. AJG's always played great defense, but that's a Just Chase offense I've come to know and love already.
Look at this, and AJG also got a small bump on him by Shark. The fact that he was still able to get a small little chip of that, you gotta commend him, but it's a rough situation to be able to recover in that moment. Tied game very early on. That's what you want to see too, like you said, this level of offense from this MBJC team has been intense, and that's an understatement at times. So we'll see if we get the same version of themselves, if not even more.
JPC, or EC.
MBJC.
No ball, just check. Yeah, MBJC. Try to say that 5 times in a row. It'd probably be a tongue twister and a half. Look at that. I really just like kind of laying the table though for all these players. AJG breach on Prosy, great defense. Can he get back? No. Atomic comes in. That's the one with the K, and that's talked about it. This player in particular, Atomic, he was heralded for about a month or so, about 2 years ago as the best player in Europe. He hasn't lived up to that label just yet, but he's crawling out right here, right now, top ends.
That 1 goal lead, like we said, you're gonna have to respond very, very quickly when it comes to both of these teams. Heavy shooters. We'll see if we can get an update on where they're at. That was a rough, terrifying one, but nobody seems to go for the follow on it. A little slow to the commit, but still more than enough, because of course, it's Atomic.
There's a lot of space given to him too. Koku gets beat out. Atomic kind of gets hit by Koku, but takes the damage. Gets the wave dash going right back to his left and gets up so quickly with the double jump. Before Shark and Prosy can even process what occurred, the ball's going top left corner. Just a beautiful play from the Spaniard. And all the momentum so far is all on Mate Itapa.
This is just both of these teams have been incredible to watch and fun. You can get the friend vibes from everybody. That seems to be the theme for EU. Playing with the friends, double off the backboard, almost floated it in, but of course Shark's gonna be there. The friend to bail him out in this situation. It's an all-around team play on it too. Low boost for all 3 almost. Shark had more than his teammates combined, but full commit gives them something on the board here to work with.
Exactly, and Dorito kind of comes in a little late on the rotation. Not much boost in the tank. He kind of panics, and like I said, I'm going to bring it up because that has been Dorito's one Achilles heel that throughout our entire RLCS career, his defense. And there is going to be somebody that No Ball Just Chase can't take advantage of on that backside. It will be Dorito because he sometimes just comes off a little shaky at moments. And look at what Shark did last series as he goes tries to go for top left. There it is again. The defense from Mate Itapa, just not good enough.
Jeez, I mean, both of them facing forward. Dorito already committed on it. It's another situation too. Just Chase full sending all 3 members on it. They're not afraid. There's no respect that's been given in any of those circumstances so far. And it should stay that way because it's very clearly working. They worked their way all the way back up to a tied game here. Final 2, almost in their favor as pressure continues on with them.
Right, AJG out here trying to make something happen. Prosy is there to be equal to it. Dorito backflip, tries to buy Atomic some time, but Prosy just wave dashes back into it. Koku will be the first to this ball. He has some space, but no boost though. Dorito handles that pretty effortlessly. Shark up quickly. Tries to use ceiling to his advantage, gets the reset. There comes Prosy, looking for a low 50-50. Atomic's there to meet. AJG lurking already in the corner, throws it off the wall. Koku, first one to it. Right back down to the orange half. Dorito whips the ball. Shark might throw a pass middle. Oh, he had Koku for an option. opts for the shot instead. Atomic handles that effortlessly.
Pressure still going back and forth between the two. It's just a small little catch here. No pass off, little intercept from Shark. He's been one to really mess with this team. They do keep trying to play for that backboard there, and as time goes on, Mata Itapa does recognize it, and a quick counter to follow after the final minute. Dorito gonna take this to the side. Shark to take away, and for now, no ball, just chase. Continue to do just that, except they do have it. All ball, straight chase, straight towards net once again. Sent back.
Game getting scrappy at the moment. Kind of going into a way of a North American style with it's ping pong. One side, back to the other side. A lot of high aerials. Not too much possession for either team. Low point just waiting for the others to make a mistake. All it takes is one. So that less than 30 seconds remain in this game. Dorito pops the ball right down. AJD is there to be. And it just happens on a spur moment. They score.
Look at this, off the ceiling, Dorito just straight collected on it too. The control, be able to take that to the backboard with just enough in the tank, and this team works very well together, being able to finish those plays out. 24 seconds on the clock and that 1-goal lead. This could be the one unless Snowball just chase full sends to the other end, but they keep getting stopped and sent back to their own half here. Gonna have to play from their side. Low boost and lose the 50.
But the ultimate coming out of just chase. One more opportunity. Shark does get a demo. Here goes Prosy. What's he have in store? Throws it up into the middle. Prosy there's the 50-50. Shark comes in, gonna get beat by Dorito, and that is the game. I'm gonna say Mata top. I think I'm just gonna say top. That's just gonna be. So we can do something like that. It's just easier to roll off the tongue that way. I say Mata top every single time. That's just too long. I feel like it doesn't flow. Well, it doesn't flow for me.
You got mate versus just chase. You want to be like super American about it.
Nah. I don't need to do that. I like top and just chase. That looks good.
Top of?
Yeah, top and chase. But I'll tell you this. In game one, it got a little scrappy towards the end of it, I will say. But it was a bit of a play by Dorito, just throwing the ball right back down middle, and AJG was lurking in the box and capitalized off of that mistake just chase. They didn't have the head on the swivel enough. That ultimately comes back to bite them. Shots pretty even on both sides. Game was pretty even as well, but just chase. They'll be scratching their head trying to figure out what can I do just to be a little bit better going into game number 2.
I think, in all honesty, you gotta chill yourselves out a little bit. And that sounds simple and, just a little, not too intense to do, but realistically, you gotta calm down a little bit. Both of you on either end of the field are more than capable of being able to full send on this one. I've seen the meme online already where it's like, no, what is it? People are saying no offense, just shots or something. Yeah, play that game. Take your shots. This time was, 10 shots? To 7, I can't math, but about 8. 10 shots,
9.
About 8 there. 9, close, getting there. maybe by season 4 I can do math faster. But at some point in time, slow yourself down. Make those 8 shots a little bit more quality, and then spend the majority of your time on a cleaner defensive game, like you said. That seems to be the struggle there. Not only, I think, for AJG, who else were you saying for?
Oh, the defense, just how to making the defense easier for each other. I mean, it's always gonna be on Dorito. Okay, his defense has always been questionable at moments throughout his whole entire career. But it might not even matter in this series because I can't say that No Ball Just Chase really created meaningful chances. And even in their last series against Magnolia, me and Cole were talking about it. It's not like No Ball Just Chase ever just had true meaningful offensive possessions where they would keep the ball for 30 seconds or 40 seconds and actually generate pressure. They would score a lot off of counterattacks. We're talking about Shark shooting it from 3/4 of the field on the way out. They would score off of Prosy, a quick pop flick, going for bumps. They never truly maintained pressure against Magnolia for long periods of time. So, and if that's the case, it might not work against this Tapa's team, because Tapa's is more than comfortable with probably giving up 1, 2, maybe in 3 goals, and they'll hit you right back with 3 goals themselves. And at that point, it comes down who makes the next mistake, who makes the next play. And Tapa's made the play this time around in game number 1.
Well, it is a long road ahead of them. I will say, at the end of this, that still is only game 1. So, both of you on either end, plenty of time to sort yourselves out. This was pretty much just a feeler between the two, which I don't think it went too bad. I think Made Tapas, you know, pretty decent performance there. No ball, just chase. Gave us virtually, you know, the same style that we were getting before, so they're sticking to it, you know, doubling down on full sending, on attack, going back when they're needed, not really quite overextending themselves where they don't need to be. Everybody's cool and calm until somebody can shake somebody up a little bit. We'll see who can be the first to do that. For now, thanks for bearing with us. We do have a server remake on this one there, so that's where everybody's trying to get back into the swing of things, but also does give you a second to breathe, just a little bit there, I will say.
Who'd you have in this matchup? I know you're not on the desk. I'm asking you.
I had, oh Lord, I don't even think I made a pick, but if I'll be honest with myself, I should be honest with myself, I'd probably still go Made Itapa. I think in this moment, I'd pick name over performance, which sounds bad. There's probably a much better way to say that.
Okay, Made Itapa.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
That's irrelevant. I was just asking you to
Oh, that's irrelevant. Okay.
as we're letting the time go by, you didn't even have to answer that question, but I appreciate you doing it. That shows character. I, on the other hand, when I answer that question, I'm being a neutral cast.
Oh. Okay. To be fair, my other side pick. Oh Lord, I can't put face to name, but whoever's Irish, who did the interview earlier? I think it might have been Shark. Yeah, Shark. Shark did the interview earlier. If we're just doing off the memes and for the fun, he's got my favorite accent in this lobby, and they're fully winning off being Irish because the Irish tend to be really happy and carefree, and I think that they'll win off that.
Okay. That's what it is. So now you're going with just Chase.
Yeah, now I'm just Chase.
Okay, all right. You heard it from her. She's going with just Chase. That is a prediction. As players are now in the lobby, Forbidden Temple is loaded up, which means game 2 is upon us. And these two teams, not too much separated them in game number 1. Literally only one goal. What's the difference? Just throughout the whole entire game itself, both teams pretty equal to one another. It came down to small, minute differences. And I kind of expect that in game 2 as well.
I am anticipating the same thing here. Quick shot from the backboard here from Shark, and the follow
What a play.
to the end. This is why I had him. This is why I had him. Look at this. Straight to the backboard, enough space, double denied, but Prozzy already being pushed up enough to take that shot there. This is where it's going to start to fall on Made Itapa. That's a small indication of how quick those follows are going to start to come through.
That's right. Dorito spills it out right in front of net. Prozzy air roll. Gets underneath the ball. Looks it all the way to the top left corner. With speed, with power. Moments like that are exactly what Just Chase is looking for. Dorito doesn't even go for the ball right here. Shark, I don't think he expected that. That net was empty. Doesn't worry though. Just Chase still on it. Prozzy, beautiful first touch, steps himself up. Looks right musty. AJD's there. That's what AJG's done his whole entire career, just in case you've never watched him before. He is the defensive savant. He loves to play back. Traditional third man style. He will be able to accumulate a lot of saves throughout this whole entire series.
Not even just that, he's really good on the counter, right? Just because he is so comfortable being that third man. You're gonna see there's a second one here. Quick counterattack from AJG, pops that one up into the sky for Atomic to be able to take the shot. And like you said, does just a really good job of being well-rounded out right now. The pressure does stay with Made Itapa. Mid here, we'll see if they can collect it and send it back. The 50's out mid. Should be left to send up field.
A lot of space right here for Atomic. Tries to get by Koku. Koku says no thank you. I'm on that every single time. AJ3 might have thrown over Dorito's head, but he does well to get the backflip. That goes right to Atomic. Dorito gets a demo, but Shark, a man who is always in great position, stifles that top of the attack, because if not, that would have been a goal. AJG was coming right through. Dorito still gets a reset pop right by Shark. Koku, up commit right there. Prozzy does got grab the back left boost. Atomic goes for a useless musty flick. That's never gonna work.
The useless musty flick is a crazy name for that.
Well, I like to be honest with the amount of touches people go for, and that was just not happening. AJG looking for a shot, and that will work. That wasn't useless. That was useful.
Look at this, a challenge there from Cuckoo on no boost. AJG, perfect read, just full sends with the power. 76, that close away from net is a difficult one to try and go against. Tied game all the way around here. As you approach those 3 minutes here, Prozzy stands his ground, keeps this ball on the orange, and around the corner they go. Shark lurking to try and find some sort of a center off of these touches, but nothing quite coming for them.
Shark has done so well. Avoids the demo, brings the ball right back down. Goes for a backflip like this with power. AJD there to meet it though. Atomic AJD pre-jumping as well, trying to go for a redirect. Almost gets a skim on that. And I'm telling you, if he hit that one, that was going top left guaranteed. With pace, with speed. Those are the type of opportunities that Toppers loves to see. AJG quickly shuts the door. Once again, we're back in this blue corner. This is where Toppers wants to play. This is where they're comfortable. Yeah, Atomic tries to slam the door as well for that one. So much pressure from them. They're not done yet. They're just neck and neck for Toppers. Looking for the double touch. Atomic! The ball's not leaving the blue half, Herc.
It's staying straight there. Look at this. Even on no boost, carries it straight to the back of the net. Little double line in. The pressure is fully with Mata Itapa. There has been nothing from no ball, just chase. Unfortunately for them, they are quite living up to the name. There hasn't been chase. There's been no ball possession. This is the most we've seen them with in quite some time here. In about a minute, they finally have entered the orange side. Of course, it comes off of a kickoff here. Shot on net and in. Finally, quick response from Proz to be able to put them up on a tie.
That's right, Prozzy. And you're 100% correct. They don't need the ball. They don't have the ball. But when they get their moments, they capitalize. Once again, with barely any offensive possession, just Chase scores immediately. Prozzy, top left corner. Might have to worry about the kickoff, though. Shark does well. Just right around Atomic, who was threatening. Here comes Dorito. The job's not done just yet. You might be once again back in this blue half for a while. No. Mate top of AJG pops it right back up. Atomic gets clean beat. Dorito's out of position. He didn't expect it. 3 goals for just Chase.
They're straight back in this. A rare mistake there from AJG. Lets that ball get away from him, and you could just feel no ball just chase, just shift straight momentum into lasering in on taking that ball away and taking that shot, more importantly, as they haven't had many opportunity to do so. Off the kickoff, this one immediately sent back, and Shark's gonna be there for the bailout with Prozzy. Enough in the tank. Can Coco get there? Yes, it's just enough, but the lurk is still on.
Listen, now the game's changed completely. Got just Chase back in the lead. And they're getting demos, and Shark scoring again. This team is so clinical. They just hit you in the mouth before you even know it. Prozzy looks for a demo on the back end. He does get one, 2 on AJG, no rotation. Shark 0 boost, doesn't matter. I'm coming in with momentum. 4 goals for the good. They're up by 2.
Absolutely clean performance, and honestly, good on no ball just chase, right? To be able to have that shift and turn this into a much more aggressive game, you're keeping Tapas on their toes. You're forcing them to get a little bit uncomfortable. We've seen AJG push up more than normal, and that's forcing that other man to have to rotate a little bit quicker at an awkward timing, and they're catching them off guard, and they give themselves that 2-goal lead, potentially even 3 here, as no ball just chase enters the other side.
They have work to do. They've had the possession, but unfortunately they're down by 2, and they're going to be kicking themselves. That's just because you have the ball, you have to be able to finish your plays. You have to be able to capitalize off your possession. You give a team like Just Chase a little bit of ground, they're going to end up taking them out. Dorito looking for a double touch. Can he get it? He will. Good play, good setup right there from Atomic. And the Spaniards link up for their 3rd goal. They're still down by 1, though.
Absolutely clean on it. I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit cleaner, but they're finding their footing once again. The last quarter minute here. Trailing by 1. Off the kickoff, they link up again. It's low boost. Shark flips back into it. Atomic trying to spot AJG. They take the shot, and Shark keeps him out. Final 15, and another shot ripped on net. This clear has to be clean. Otherwise, it's going to get sent back with another round of pressure. 8 seconds on the clock, and Shark sends this one up towards net, and AJG working together with Dorito, but he's demoed out the effort. And a final attempt comes through. AJG to Atomic in the ground. Just chase, just win.
That's 100% 100%. They barely win. They get out of there just by the skin of their teeth. And Atomic went for the bump right there. We would have been going in overtime. That was going in. But Atomic, I guess he was expecting the pass back. I don't know. It's hard to tell. We're not in the comms. Either way, scoreline has reversed. Just Chase lost the first game 3-4. They win the next game 4-3.
It's the most EU Rocket League too. You know, you make the jokes about the depth and X, Y, and Z or whatever, but these two teams realistically on a statistical level are much closer than people are realizing, and it's showing even just all the way around on paper between the two, right? Just the shots and saves gone all the way around. Always within 2 or 3 of each other on it, right? So tied series. I love the back and forth though. You'll love it until you need to take charge. That'll be when we get our difference maker. If somebody can sustain what they're doing, you can run away with it, which is why, you know, for example, me, right? I'm looking at a team like No Ball Just Chase. Whenever they're consistent, you know, with that really heavy attack play style that forces everybody boxed in, they can sustain the pressure. There is no stopping them. But Mata and Tapa on the other end, you got AJG, and until you get rid of him, you don't actually get to play your game.
That's facts. That's facts. Going to game number 3, both these two teams, one game apiece to their names, trying to make the difference there. Last series, Just Chase played. Prize had a massive own goal right at the 0-second mark. And I think that really hurt Magnolia's chances. That was a big game as we went to game 6 in that series. Game 3, winner of this definitely has a better chance of getting the job done. See who can pull it off. Ooh, Atomic just goes right underneath quickly too. Opening up the scoring.
Look at this. It's just a straight clear 2 on it. I like this from him. He's always just going to be up and ready to go. But Dorito full sending just in the off chance he was going to be able to get that bump on him in the back end. But that shot was going on net regardless. The opening lead here to Mata Itapa.
Tomic's definitely been the best player on the pitch so far, in my estimation. Coming with speed, coming with pace. Really setting the tone. Tapa. They can let Just Chase know that you're going to have to play a lot of defense if you want to be successful in this one. Dorito right back to AJG. I like the creativity coming out of Argentinian. AJG with a backflip Atomic. Is he going to be first to this ball? He will be first. But I guess it's a little giveaway to Prosy, who might just take one on net. Dorito is there, though, to bail out Atomic's 4 hit. Danger not gone away just yet. But Just Chase, they've handled it well. Now Atomic is a demo too. Dorito right back on the ball. This has been the name of the game so far, Herc. It's been Mata Itapa with the ball. No Ball Just Chase. Literally not having the ball. How much pressure can they survive?
Well, it's still on. Mata Itapa sitting there in that top 2 with 65% of shots saved. Just Chase not that far away, but this is a testament to Just Chase's over 50%, sitting with the 59. It was a great save online. Pressure can't be sustained too long by Mata Itapa. The situation instead, counterattack finally comes through. Going to be short-lived with another demo as they redirect it all the way on back. AJG is on full commit here with his team. Try and make this play happen.
All really zooming right back and forth. Roger tries to take another pop shot. He's really good at that. He just comes in quickly and always puts it in top left to top right, forcing out a save. That's just so important because just making the opposition have to use boost on any of your shot attempts, it gives your team a better chance at maintaining the pressure and potentially having a good follow-up as well. Less boost for them to work with, greater opportunities will come about.
Little bump there on the back end to Prosy, but pressure and the ball still leaning forward. Shark's gonna have to take the 50, will win it. Trying to see if his teammates are looking around. Pass over here to Prosy. Backboard covered, of course, and another by AJG and Atomic and him working together in that pocket to keep that possession with Mata Itapa. They're trying to go for the center here. Dorito actually calls himself off of it. I like it too, this spatial awareness to, you know, respect if you're not going to be able to take it, because we've entered such a pace of play that you gotta be entering that flow state a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to trip yourself up.
Yeah, Just Chase using all of their boosts just to get clears out right now. Prosy using 100 boost right there. Koku throws it off the backboard. That's all his boost. Shark comes in. That's all his boost. Prosy gets the mid boost, so trying to maintain some pressure. AJG beat him for free, though. Koku gets that little bit of time Earned by Prozzy does allow both his teammates to grab boots, and here they come, just Chase. Following the opportunity, but Prozzy whiffs. Little moments like that where they've worked so hard to finally get on the orange half. And Prozzy ends up with it, but here they come again. Not done just yet. Shark with a reset. Gets by what? Prozzy tries to steal the corner boost. He does. We'll turn for this. We'll pop it up. Here we go. Atomic, what can he do? Prozzy early flip. Blocked out by Dorito. Shark is too far back, and that's another chance for just Chase that just goes awry.
Like I said before, after that game one, I wanted them to slow down a little bit more like this, although it does go off the backboard. It's a quick counter from Shark. Dorito to just carry it down to the end, wins his 50 challenge out in the pocket. But I want No Ball Just Chase to slow themselves down. You can obviously take the shots, they just haven't been quality. That's the difference between the two right now, is what they are taking towards that net. Is the level of quality between the two is so different that it is making it that much easier to defend from Tapas. And now they're able to take the shot, goal line save, out to the side, and the pressure's still on.
AJG rips one off the sidewall. Very good play from him. Forcing Prozzy to just exude so much boost. AJG gets a clean beat. Ball isn't on though. Prozzy composure. Frees Dorito, takes a chance saying, you're not gonna shoot that ball. I got time to turn around. Big play right there from Prozzy. If he panicked right there, Dorito might have been on net. AJG right back on the ball, less than 30 seconds left. Just Chase, they have to get possession. They're down by one. Opportunity here. Dorito gets absolutely pre-jump Shark. That's way too readable. Gotta be more special with that one. Koku takes the dribble. Right over to Prozzy, gets blocked out again. Is anybody back for just Chase? Dorito puts it on Shark. He isn't there in time. 2 goals from Tapa.
Absolutely clean with it too. You catch the mistake from Just Chase trying to carry this one on out, but it just takes one hardcore all-in attack, and they're able to capitalize on him. That 2-0 lead with the final 7 seconds might just be too much for No Ball Just Chase. 5 seconds left. Shark's gonna carry this one out. You're not on your end. That is the end. Tapa gonna find themselves a second win here in the series.
2 wins, that's indeed, and they'll be mad at them, so they probably will feel like they deserve 3 wins if they won that game number 2. And that didn't end up going their way, but they're comfortable right here. In this game, what's the biggest difference between the two teams, the whole entire series? We're talking about 11 shots for Tapa. We're talking 5 shots for Just Chase. And looking at the demos too, Just Chase, they got a good amount of them, but some of those are just reprieve demos to try to get themselves the ball on offense. They could never even establish themselves on offense. That is the problem that they really have to deal with. They didn't have to really address it in the Magnolia series, but this is Tapa team. They have to find a way. How do we generate consistent pressure for 30 seconds or so in order to give ourselves a chance and just let us play some offense for once?
This is, I mean, that's going to be the biggest question mark headed into the next one. Tapa, a fairly patient game in the back of their minds. Do want to hand it to Atomic. I'm staring at the 6 shots on net. Of course, only one of those goals came from that, but still, just the fact that he was allotted the space to be able to do so much. And a lot of those too came with an assist from his teammates, so they're able to work together to make, like I said, those quick counters. That is what is so difficult for Just Chase to be able to slow down right now. And then you add factors like, you know, we all saw like the demos and the bumps on the roundabout outs. It just makes it that much more difficult for them to be able to catch up.
Game 4, Utopia Coliseum. Tapa trying to move on to match point. Just Chase trying to tie up the series. Haven't had too much offense, but talked about it many times. They haven't necessarily need to play too much offense to be successful so far throughout the tournament run. This game in particular, this is a big one for them. And they get the job done. Shark down to Prozzy. Shark kind of bumps out Prozzy right there. Takes away the danger of the shot. Took away the speed. Prozzy couldn't get underneath it like he wanted. Seen a lot of time spent on this blue half. Shark gets another save. AJG goes off the ground, tries to do a basketball shot. Little bounce shot, pop back up. But this ball is just not leaving the Just Chase half.
Shark shot on net. Atomic save. Immediately sent back. Kuko trying to take it on his own too. It's just slow challenges from No Ball Just Chase. Finally a powerful clear is going to get them out of their half, and can they follow it up? Not quite.
Danger time.
There's those passes we were talking about. This one to the backboard. pinballed all the way back. No connect on it. If you'd done it, maybe it would have been a decent shot attempt. But I like that they're getting more involved than we saw in the last game.
Yeah, that was a great clear from Koku. Just getting back up in time. Immediately redirecting down in. But Atomic takes out Shark. The danger of any potential just chase opportunity completely eradicated in just a moment's time. Dorito, clean beat, looking for a double touch. Wait, no, he's looking for a bump of Koku, and he gets it too! Ingenuity from Dorito! Atomic ends up sealing the deal.
Not too shabby on this one, too. Most of No Ball Just Chase and committed on every single attempt here and left poor Koku by himself to try and make the double save, and it wasn't quite going to happen. There was nothing in the tank to truly nosedive down to make that save. That opening lead back with Mata Itapa. This has been a dangerous place for them before. Do a great job of holding on, but No Ball Just Chase. Off the double demo, we'll see if they're able to get another shot.
There for him there, though. Unfortunate. Koku gets 2 demos. Dorito just rips one on net just to test out the defense. Dorito gets a demo. 2 AJG comes in. Simply too easy for Mata Itapa.
This is just, it's clean. You see the mistakes, and then you force, you know, the last line of defense to be completely absent on it with the demo there. They're playing a much more physical game. They look great doing it. They're comfortable. That's the difference. They're forcing No Ball Just Chase into a much more uncomfortable game. And where are they uncomfortable? Defense. So you put them in there, you make them a little weird, you take one of the men out, and you're gone. Free shots.
I mean, technically, they're uncomfortable on offense, too, because they can't get to offense.
They can't even get anything.
They can't get to offense, and when they do have it, they don't have any true possession. Even right here, it's a quick, great counterattack, but no, Mata Itapa's there to be equal, and they're all quickly on their own counterattack. Atomic looking for a lead block right there. Just set up AJG, great cut. Rosie has work to do. Does well enough. Atomic up. Oh, I like that play from Koku, though, just trying to switch it up. If he took out Atomic right there, that would have potentially had a shot on goal incoming. Even just in little moments like that, Shark just kind of gives away the possession, I believe. Just chase. When they have the ball for free, I think they just need to take a little bit more time, try to think about what they would like to do with the ball.
Patience is one. A lot of teams, some important series throughout this EU LCQ, throughout every region's LCQ, actually. You can find that nice, solid balance between the two. You are absolutely golden. But for Mata Itapa right now, the sweet spot has been that 2-0 lead. Maybe a pass off here could turn it into 3 as Atomic goes for the 50 forward. Shark is able to make the save. Counter almost cut off. Instead, it is the true counter. It's just a little awkward. Look at this middleman here. I think it's the 50 that just goes wild. Never mind, no, it's just a touch and catch. Catch him out.
Yeah, I caught him out because AJG, for whatever reason, is jumping off the left sidewall when he started. I don't know why he was that wide anyways, but he had a lot of faith, I guess, in Dorito going up earlier than anticipated. That's a mistake for them, but they haven't had too many. This chase, though, they are gladly taking that every single day of the week because they needed it. It didn't look like they were going to score for a while. Now only down by 1. So the game does change. Koku gets opportunity right there, tries to throw it off the ceiling. It's blocked out. Koku dropped down to Prosy. Prosy hits the shot, looking for top ends, blocked out by AJG. Now the Just Chase offense is starting to swarm.
Just over that final minute here, still holding on to a 1-goal lead. Atomic trying to get over Prosy. Prosy getting a little bit more comfortable, getting past those middle men. This one trying to get cleared through a center off the side, but it will fall back with No Ball Just Chase. Prosy on the follow. Nobody there to bump anybody, and Atomic won't make that save on out. Right now, Mata Itapa, they're playing defense. It is getting a little bit shaky. If they're able to get themselves out, could be a different story, and they will.
Prosy right down the Shark. That was a good idea, but Atomic there to beat it. Dorito out to AJG. AJG leave. Kind of just camping on the blue half for a second. Might come back to bite him. Here comes Shark with 100 boost. Throw with a ripper. Right up to the crossbar. Prosy gets up quickly. Atomic, no boost. What can Koku do? Shark needs to get in this play. Needs to get there fast. Koku down the Shark. Shark did pre-jump. He came in late. AJG expected him to beat her earlier. He whiffs it. Shark whiffs. That's an opportunity going around for Just Chase. Atomic, no boost. Prosy beats him out. Here we go. 4 seconds left. What does Koku have? Actually, might not be that bad. Shark takes his time. Dorito insta jumps has no more food. Will be a collect for Prosy. Throws it up to Koku. It goes over AJG's head. Koku off the backboard right to Atomic. And that is going to be the end of game 4.
My jaw was on the floor when that went over AJG's head. I thought for sure that was one more shot opportunity that was gonna be given to Just Chase. Instead, if anything, this is just a moment for Just Chase to realize they're kind of scrambling. They're gonna go ahead and take this timeout because, I mean, well, you need it. Everything feels rushed and wobbly. And on the flip side of things, Mata Itapa, it's a little bit more cohesive. It's a little bit more, you know, patient out, played out. You know, nobody's forcing it, and it seems like such a simple thing to do, but it's not quite. Especially when you got so much on the line, like a world championship play-in spot.
Yeah, right now you're seeing a difference in experience, a difference in levels, I believe, between the two teams. Just Chase, I think they played well last series against Magnolia. I can't say they played great. Magnolia just wasn't great in certain moments. And then, honestly, Magnolia wasn't even good in certain moments. They were pretty poor. And Just Chase took advantage of those. Mate Itapa is not affording Just Chase those same opportunities that Magnolia was giving them. And that has been the difference so far in the match. Just Chase didn't have offense then against Magnolia, and they don't have offense now against Mate Itapa. So the question for them as they're in this timeout is, how can we get the ball? Like I said, I'm keep harping on it. How do you get the ball for extended periods of time, whether they even be 20 seconds? Don't even look for 30. Can I get the ball for 10, 15 seconds? Does all my offense have to just come for counterattacks? No, that's not going to be successful.
I think for no ball, Just Chase, right? Like you said, it's about finding ways to be able to hold on to that ball much longer than they did before. In earlier games and even earlier series, you know, taking that ball to the sky had always seemed to be the right thing. Now you've got AJG and Atomic meeting you up there, so maybe it's a matter of, you know, playing this from the side, just playing it even closer, attempting the solo plays and being cool with having the quick follow-up. There's a whole world of options for them to go with. We'll see what they bring to the table on Parc de Paris. It's getting close. Mate Itapa, they're on match point. They're one away from facing off against Vier.
Yep, one game away going up against Vier. They are trying to get out of here quicker rather than later, because the longer a series goes, that's the more stress that's put on you. And honestly, the more fatigue that's put on you too. A lot of teams, they struggle. The hardest game to win is the closeout game. When everything, when you have expectations to finish. How do you get the job done? That's the question Monty and Topper are looking to answer. And if you're Just Chase, you played so well this whole entire tournament in the LCQ. You just beat Magnolia. And know you have the level to beat this Monty and Topper team. Can you bring something new on Parc de Paris to give yourself a little bit of momentum and start mounting this comeback?
We've got a couple of car setup changes. One from Prosy, I think, is going to be the more notable one. We'll see if, you know, the mental shift is actually affected by the change here. It seems to be the same story we were getting before. Straight pressure from Tapas, although Prosy does find an almost breakaway. Goes for the nifty follow-up from Shark. Almost tie. Keyword, almost.
He almost missed that one bad, because that was just an easy one. All he had to do was flip into the ball. What in the world is he thinking? Why did he just drive straight into that? This is not a drive challenge. That is, those are the type of moments, but he'll be counting his lucky stars, saying thank the heavens that one did go through. Because that would have been a huge blunder if Shark didn't finish that one. And he's been so clinical all weekend, all day today especially. And Dorito gets a counterattack from Prosy, and just like that, Just Chase did well. Monty Itapa says I could do better.
It's insane. No ball, Just Chase. They go for the fake play on this one. Easiest read of Tapa's life. Easiest read. As soon as the fake isn't communicated, they full send on the counter. The ball has just more power than the last man has boost to be able to defend it. You got a tied game right there in front of your eyes. As quickly as it had been led, it's gone. Dorito wants to go back to before. Just quickly go and find that lead. Go for those counters. Here's AJG off the sidewall trying to get past Shark. They're not going to find anything through, but the pressure's still on.
Prodigy needs a clean beat right there. Might even have a musty, and that's the real one. I called the early one by Atomic useless. Prodigy, that's how you generate the power, youngster. Woo! 72 miles per hour.
Absolutely clean, using it for what it's for. The power to get through. 1 goal lead. 3:38 on the clock here. We'll see if they can get back into the swing of things. This is the team that they had all the power and all the mechs that stressed everybody out because they seemed to just be too fast to slow down. They get a small glimpse of themselves from before, but back on that end in blue.
We are right back in that corner. Atomic taking his time, puts one on net. Prodigy denies that opportunity. Just chase, no boost, and a little bit of awkward as well. Prodigy does get the corner. Shark is collecting pads. Atomic comes in off the fake. AJG tries to be Shark to the boost, and he does beat him to the boost. That's a huge boost still. AJG looks for a bump. Shark pops it right back out. But Dorito takes his time. AJG with the boost he just stole. Gets a demo on Koku. Here comes Dorito. The ball's not leaving the blue half, but Dorito and Atomic, a miscommunication. Does afford Just Chase a little bit of a reprieve and maybe even an offensive opportunity right there. He tries to go low. Prodigy does. Gets blocked out by Atomic.
One thing I will say, no ball just chase. You got to be careful. They're trying to do some of these little cheeky moments, like having Prodigy up and looking for a little something there. But please keep defense in mind. This is where you guys have struggled for the most part. Not being on offense for the entirety, yes, for some teams that is your defense, but you guys are not consistent enough for that to stay there. They're putting Prodigy back again in a 1v1 against AJG. He does win it this time. He continues to follow. 1v2, looks for a pass. Shark not quite in position to be able to take it, but here comes Kuko on the side. Not too bad. Look at this. It's pretty standard from this team there. You have the path cleared. Atomic's just going to play from the back end of his car. Tied up, like you said there. It's really difficult to be able to take that momentum away from Tapa, but my goodness, they are trying.
Shark a little panic. You can tell he's missing. Does get back to it, but here, where is Atomic? He's going to wait for the rear to go actually first. AJG, a demo, Just Chase. In awkward positions, Prodigy gets beat on the corner. Atomic, another demo. 2 demos right now within 6 seconds. For Mata Itapa. Some panic from Just Chase. All 3 were on the back wall for a second. Dorito has to contend with Shark, who has an incredible challenge, forcing AJG to get up way earlier than he would have wanted to. And that does give Just Chase some ability to stem this Tapa wave for just a little while longer.
Small little lurk here in the mid. Shark and Coco working together. Even on no boost, they are still able to formulate some sort of a shot on it. Everybody lurking around for a pass or a center. They have one, but Dorito's save. That might have saved them in this final minute.
Definitely did save him for just that moment because Atomic passed, Just Chased the ball, and that would have been an error. And one thing about Just Chase, they capitalize off all the errors. Atomic, off-ball demo. Dorito looking for Atomic in the midfield. Option not to use him. It's a 50-50. Atomic comes in quickly. Goal for Atomic. And he strikes again, the Spaniard, off the pressure from Dorito.
The power that was on this from coming in from the sidewall too, and it just skimmed off of his car, and he still was able to get the read on it. That lead stolen at 37 seconds. We'll see if they hold on to it here. Shark's up in the sky. He gets bumped off the play. Almost recovers, but it's not going to be enough. And a battle out front for this ball, for possession of it. Still battling out here mid.
Just say 20 seconds left on the tournament lives right here. A trip to the World Championship. Kogo gives the ball away. AJG says that's too easy. 2 goals in favor of Tapas now in Game 5, match point. What does Just Chase have in the bag? 14 seconds left. They're going to need a kickoff, and then they're going to need something special right after that, too.
We'll see if we can get anything off the kickoff from them. They've been able to pull it off before. They usually can find something within the first few seconds here off kickoff. Pretty standard, but Prozzy's out from the side, trying to make his way to the backboard, but AJG pre-fires the read on it. Shark under and a whiff. That's gonna cost him. I think this is it. Mata Itapa are headed to the final against Vier for a chance at the World Championship.
They sure are, and they've earned every single step of the way too. Because I mean, they just played a really solid Rocket League, and you gotta give No Ball Just Chase. First off, give them credit for making it this far, for beating Magnolia earlier. Truly solid Rocket League from them. But what they're lacking is the offensive consistency, offensive possession, and Mata Itapa had all that the whole entire series. Another game, Mata Itapa leads in the shooting category. Another game, they lead in goals, 5 of them going in favor of their way. Mata Itapa, like you said, they have a date with Valare in the